Yo, we are live. We are live in the cut at Dasher Sports Premier League show with my boy, Coach G. What's going on, Gerald?
All good, my bro, man. This is something new. We're doing something live. New Year's
Yeah,
upon us. So, yeah, man.
there
Switching it
was,
up, bro. But
there-
all good, all blessed. How are you?
I'm good, bro. There was no time for all of this editing
Yeah.
business. It's New Year's Eve. I was like, gee, we might
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
go live. We
We
might
have
have to
to,
go
man.
live. But what's going on, bro?
All good,
Belated
man.
Christmas and all of
Yeah,
that.
man. Yeah. Festive seasons at the moment. So, putting a few pounds, can't lie to you.
Belly
That
full.
belly full. Yeah, just kind of taking a bit of time out, man, from everything. Not too much time out.
Mm.
Still coaching here and there, but yeah, trying to spend as much time with the family, especially in times like this that we're in. But yeah, man, and I'm watching the football, of course, like watching the
Yeah.
Premier League. Hopefully these games are not cancelled already. We've got one more. Leicester against Norwich, I believe, has been cancelled already on New Year's Day.
Okay. Wow.
So, do you know what I mean? And it's been hard
Yeah.
for us to kind of create content because that we're making our predictions, and then games are
And
getting
then
cancelled. Do you know what I mean? So,
left, right, and center.
but yeah, no, all good, man, all good. Back to playing as well. Wednesdays spoke a little bit off air, so doing a little
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
five-a-side, trying to keep fit, and yeah, man, just
Gerald trying to get
football.
me to bust up my legs, boy. I'm playing on Sundays. I'm trying to play on Wednesdays. But oh
Hey,
man,
you're doing
it's
the
so good.
Champions League Tuesdays and Saturdays and Sundays, bro. Do you know what I mean?
At these tender ages, man, I can't do it. But yeah, man. But yeah, likewise on my side, man. Just yeah, same as you.
Yeah,
Christmas,
yeah.
just chilling with the fam. Yeah, getting the belly full. A few hangovers here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Some box sets on the old streaming and Netflix and all
Jeez.
of that kind of stuff. But yeah,
Mm.
man, pretty calm, pretty chilled. And I just hope, obviously, for the rest of yous out there as well that are watching, you've had the same. With
Mm-hmm.
your Christmas or your festive period, whether you celebrate Christmas or not, just as long as you've had a good time, just to be able to chill with your loved ones, that's the main thing. But we're here
100%.
today, man, in the cut, the Premier League show, and we're doing a little like what do we say, like an appraisal, half-term
Yeah,
report.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean? A recap of 2021, the year in itself, or this side of the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, going into 2022, which brings us the back end of the league. So we're going to be talking about that, and also just we're going to be talking about in terms of the top goal scorers,
Mm-hmm.
assists, who's going to be going to get the Golden Glove. So we're going to really just delve into that, and we're going to also give our top 11 Premier League team so far in terms of the players that have been performing so far. So it's been a decent season so far, right?
Yeah, man. 100%, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
glad that football's back. Obviously, we had that time where there was no football, and who would have thought that, man? Do you know what I mean? Like looking back when we first got into the pandemic, and there was literally no football whatsoever. Obviously, we get sometimes the summertime where the Premier League will shut off, but it's coming back. At that time, we didn't
Mm.
know what was going on. So, yeah, man, just glad that football's back, and yeah, seeing some players performing at a high level.
High level, high level. So just before we get into it, just make sure that you guys like,
Mhm.
comment, and subscribe. We do really appreciate that. Obviously, we'll put all the links in the description area. Obviously, Coach G, Gerald Lammy, is doing his thing as well. So make sure that you go and check him out. And likewise for myself, obviously, I'm doing a Premier League show, and also I do a dash of sports where I bring you all the hot topics and trending stories and all of that. So we're gonna delve straight into it. Premier League so far. 2021. Let's just dial it back, right back to the beginning of the Premier League.
Mhm.
Man City have just smashed the league. We've gone into the summer transfer window. You got the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo,
Mhm.
Romelu Lukaku. Was there any other
Mhm.
signings that you thought to yourself, man, this is going to set the Premier League alight?
Well, there was Grealish at Man City, 100 million
Ooh.
as well. Do you know what I mean? So, which I personally felt at that time, I didn't think City needed a Grealish.
Mm.
And as of now, it's kind of proven that right where they haven't really looked at him as a talisman, as he was at Aston Villa.
Yeah,
Whether that changes, we're yet to see. I think obviously he's a great player, very, very good player. But again, I feel like City, as much as Pep the other day said, they're doing well without a striker. And once they
that's
start
tongue in
losing
cheek, man.
games, yeah, you know how Pep is. So he knew anyway. He said as soon as they start losing games, they're gonna the journalists are gonna start getting onto him about not having a striker. But I still
Mm,
feel like they do need a striker, especially in Europe, which we've spoken about before. But yeah, there was Jack Grealish. Obviously, the Arsenal boys. No one thought they're gonna be doing what they're doing at the moment. We've
that's
heard
right.
Carragher speak about Ramsdale as being one of the signings of the seasons, which I'm sure there's not a lot of people that would disagree with that statement. He's proved me wrong 100%. When he first came to Arsenal, I didn't think he was the guy for us. But just seeing him
Well,
grow and
just,
evolve,
just
man.
to just to quickly touch on that, because there's a very, very good uh point in regards to nowadays when we do look at the transfer window. Everybody
Mhm.
always wants to see the sexy signing in, the
Yeah.
sexy names, your big names, but then frown upon what used to be done back in the days, that finding that
hmm
diamond in the rough.
hmm
Like when you're hearing Ramsdale to Arsenal, what is your reservations?
Yeah, straight away, I'm like, this is looking at his resume, he's been relegated twice, so automatically you're thinking, well, is this the right, player for us? Especially someone that hasn't been at a top level like that. I mean, he's played Premier League football, but I mean, top half of the table. He's never experienced that. So how will he handle that? Now, looking on the flip side, if you look at these players, they've got a point to prove. So they might be working harder. We've seen the bigger names like Jack Grealish hasn't really settled in. But going back to your question, it's just looking at players like that, thinking, are they really Arsenal quality?
Mm.
And they've shown that they're up for the task. However, we're still early days. Still early days. We still got time. Let's see how it pans out at the end of the season. But going back to the question as well, in terms of that's how it used to be back in the days. My sorry, my
Yeah,
man
yeah,
over here.
yeah,
My
yeah.
man's over
Le,
here.
le professeur,
Do you know what I'm
Arsene
saying?
Wenger.
I watched his documentary the other day, the Invincibles one, and again it brought back those memories where these players that he brought in, yes, they had some quality. Do you know what I mean? However, they weren't household names. The
Mm.
Vieiras, no one really knew of him. Henri had a bit of a buzz about him at that time. Obviously, going to Juventus. By the way, this is a Juventus top. This is not a Newcastle top. Yeah, don't think I'm jumping ship.
Why, yay, man?
But yeah, it's just we don't see those signings anymore, and it's good to see that Arsenal have gone back to that sort of route where we're signing these
Mm.
players of the Ramsdales and Tomiyasu. Look at how much
Tomiyasu.
he's proved people wrong. Again, I remember that it was the final day that we signed him in the
Mm.
transfer window, and I see in Sky Sports the yellow ribbon, whatever, and I saw Tommy. I was thinking, oh,
Do you
come
know what
on,
I
man.
hate? Do you know what I hated about that? That in terms of in the journalistic, sense
Yeah.
of things, it's just like the journalist or the guy that was announcing the transfer, he didn't do his due diligence in regards to that transfer, and I felt like it was such a typical thing to kind of just
hmm
rub Arsenal the wrong way. You're gonna
hmm
get the clicks, you're gonna get
hmm
the views and stuff like that. But for him to just turn around and say he didn't know what position he played in, he's not sure
Yeah,
if
that's
he's
ridiculous.
that was ridiculous. And I just thought to
Mm.
myself, like, you're a big time journalist for Sky Sports, and for you to turn around and be like, oh, someone's told me that he doesn't even play in defense, like, he doesn't have a position. I was just like, yeah, whatever, man.
Yeah.
And good for Tomiyasu, because he just come into
hmm
the Premier League and he's proved everybody wrong. I think beforehand, maybe the season before, he was voted one of the best defenders in the
Yeah,
Serie A.
Syria. hmm
Then you got the Tottenham defender. What's his name? Romero?
Romero.
Romero.
He came from
He,
Atalanta.
yeah, so he then got voted the season after Tomiyasu. So he definitely had something about him. I just felt like it was a disrespect just because you're not seeing the sexy names,
hmm
and and that's what we're used to now, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like in
yeah.
terms of the summer transfer windows. There was one name that didn't make it across up to Manchester from Tottenham, and that was Harry Kane. How
Hmm.
did you feel about that transfer saga? Is he gonna go? Is he gonna stay? He ended up staying, and then that kind of affected his early part of his season, right?
Yeah, 100%. You could see, especially going to some of the games as well. You could see his body language. He just looked like he's lost the love for playing for the club. You know, he didn't want to be there. Do you know what I mean? I guess it was that apparently there's a gentleman's agreement for him to leave, and you saw the effect that it had on him and on the team, which
Mm,
ended up getting fired. Um, and now you could see it's hard to not want to play for a team like Tottenham now because of the manager. You've
yeah,
got a
yeah.
big manager there who, he's worked with some of the best players in the world. So yeah, you're always going to want to play for a team like that when you got a big manager, whether or not he will stay. Come end of the season, we're not too sure. Even Conte will stay. You know what he's
Mm,
like. He can,
hmm.
from
Bounce
from
on an
from his
ounce.
yeah from his past experience, he's done it before. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, whether or not he'll be there end of the season, we're yet to see. But if Pep's still about, I could see Kane eventually ending up there at
Mm,
City. But again, we're not too sure what's going on at the
we
moment.
don't.
But as of now, he looks settled again.
Yeah,
And
in and
and
around the
yeah,
goals again.
yeah. He's
Yeah.
back. He's back to Harry Kane form where he's lethal. At the end of the day, there's not much that we can say. If we're talking about numbers, he's definitely up there, man.
Mm. So I just wanted to touch on because it's more the glamour signings that we look out for, and so I just mentioned it. Obviously, the likes of Lukaku and
Mm.
Cristiano
Oh,
Ronaldo,
whew.
both are
Viva.
coming from Serie A.
Mm.
Let's just start off with Lukaku. Obviously, Chelsea needed a striker. They did win the Champions League
Mhm.
without a striker. The likes of Havertz and what's the other guy that's always missing chances as well?
Werner. Werner.
Timo Werner.
They
Finding
had
Timo.
Abraham as well. To be fair, they
Yeah,
had
Tammy,
Abraham,
true.
but didn't use him. Didn't use him like, and which he's doing well in Syria
Yeah,
at
he's
the
doing
moment.
well at
Roma.
Serie A right now. So they've gone in and they've gone and brought in a Lukaku who was just
Mm.
doing the bits in Serie A.
Mhm.
Um, and even just now, from him turning up, he's destroyed Arsenal once again.
Finished us.
He's beating his chest. He's
He's
in and around
finished
the
us.
goals. Then gets an injury, and then now he's back scoring
Mhm.
again. But now we're
Mhm.
hearing about him saying that he misses Inter and he's got love for Inter and he wants to maybe one day return at Inter, not at
Mhm.
an old age, at his prime. What's
Mhm.
your thoughts on this right now? Because it started off like, a dream, and now it's
Mhm.
just sounding like a nightmare experience for him.
I think those comments that he made were before he got. I think before the whole injuries and all of that. So I think the journalists have brought it back up now again, trying to
Okay.
tarnish his name and whatnot. But yeah, those comments wasn't recent. It's been a couple of months now. Um,
Fresh off
yeah,
the press. Fresh off the
yeah,
press.
that's what I mean. So again, it's like you said, the journalists it's like they want the clicks, they want the media attention.
Mm,
He's back on the radar again. Lukaku banged. You saw what he did the other day. I remember when Arsenal against Chelsea at the Emirates, and Mari got absolutely destroyed. And I don't think he's played ever since, to be honest with you.
nah, he
After that,
hasn't got
like
destroyed.
he got moved to that game. I remember and I was thinking, this guy is different. It's just he's matured. He's come back to the Premier League as a similar player, but he's added to his game now. He's a bit more intelligent with certain things that he does. Obviously, he's matured with playing in Serie A. You're playing against some of the top defenders.
Mm,
In world football, like the Italians are renowned for their defending. So as a striker, you have to be more alert. You have to be more smart with your movement, and you could see how much he's improved. And then he's got his natural attributes where he can just run past you, he can move to you, just put that arm. Once
yeah, we
that
saw
arm
in that.
comes out,
What
it's
game
done.
was it? The other, he just barged the player. The player was
Is
tumbling
it,
and rolling on the floor.
Tagger? That's
Yeah,
the
man. Oh my days. He just absolutely steamrolled past the
steamrolled him, bro.
players, got in the box, obviously draws a foul, but just shows on how powerful the guy is. He's an absolute unit, man. And just like, the likes of it, Lukaku's, your
Mm.
Mikel Antonio's,
Woo!
there's still
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
still
yeah.
room for these big strikers, you know, let's not shy away, man. If you're a big unit and you're a big guy, man, use your ability to your advantage. And I think sometimes we kind of shy away from that type of number 9. We want to see
100%.
like your 9.5s and
The
you know what I
false,
mean,
the false
yeah, the
nines.
false
Yeah.
nines and stuff like that. But we tend to forget that there are some real brutes, but not just to say that they're brutes in regards to that. They're very, very skillful guys as well, you know.
He's very
Lukaku,
technical as
yeah,
well. A lot of
Lukaku,
people fail to understand that.
yeah,
Yes, his
he's
first touch at times needs to be better, but at
Timberland
the end of
boots.
yeah, all these jokes or whatnot about Timberland boots. But for me personally, on his day, Lukaku's the best striker in the Premier League.
Yeah,
I don't care what anyone's
and
got
and
to tell me about someone else.
and Mikel Antonio as well, man. Like
He's
just
he's
obviously
he's a
touch
problem.
on him. He's been a problem as well. He had a really good start. I love the way he'd been playing.
Hmm.
Usually, you know, you kind of see big guys and just they look a bit clumsy or whatnot, but he really was in his bag at the beginning of the season, using
Hmm.
his attributes effectively for West Ham. Just to quickly touch on Cristiano Ronaldo,
Viva.
kind of similar thing with Lukaku, who's obviously coming to the Premier
Hmm.
League. He was busting it up in Serie A. He's come back to the Premier League. It's a bit of a mixed bag because,
Hmm.
you know, just because he's Cristiano Ronaldo, we're expecting this guy just to be creating magic all
Hmm.
the time. But he's done decent. He's in and around the
Yeah,
goals.
yeah, yeah, yeah. 100%.
But you know, this is the Premier League. You're not going to come here and be getting 40 goals and stuff like that, especially
Nah.
at this late stage of his career. But what's your take on the whole Cristiano Ronaldo going back to Man United? Obviously, he was touted to be going to City. We had that saga.
Yeah, yeah,
Is
yeah,
he going
yeah.
to be going to City? And then he ends up going to Man United. What was your thoughts upon that period of time?
I just think it was a forced signing,
Yeah.
which I felt like it staggered the likes of Mason Greenwood, which he started very very well.
Mm.
It didn't seem like United needed a Ronaldo to say, which is crazy because we're talking about one of the best players ever.
Ronnie!
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And looking at certain moments, especially in the Champions League, where he's scoring last minute goals, and some of the goals are not a joke neither as well. Like the guy is still top class to be performing at this level. But going back to the transfer, I didn't think they needed him, and I felt like it did hinder them at the beginning a little while because they took out players like Mason Greenwood. The system kind of changed. This whole pressing thing that everyone started talking about. Ronnie doesn't want to press and whatnot, but he's never pressed like that ever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's never pressed, so I don't understand where the pressing came from. So yeah, I think overall, he's gone back home in it, and it was more so
Mm.
that he got the big call from Papa and said, "Come home, son." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
that
Where you
was it.
going?
There was
Where you
no
going,
way he was
lad?
gonna. Yeah, he was no way he was gonna go City and put on that kit. So,
Could you
but again,
imagine the blue
whew,
shirt of City after
that would have
what
hurt
he's
them.
done? Of
That would have hurt
course.
them. That would have
You know,
hurt
there
them
was a lot of
because
Man United fans turning around saying, I ain't crying.
yeah, bro. There's some of them that turned around and said, "Nah, forget Ronaldo. Messi's the best now."
Shirts were being burnt. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yo,
Yeah.
you
They
sound
went.
flip-flop
They
fans
went.
can be.
Trust me. Trust me. Trust me.
You know what I
So.
mean?
But yeah, no, he's again, bro. He's turned up in games. Do you know what I mean? He scored some serious goals last minute, and yeah, the guy's still a top player, man. And United in terms of mentality as well, those young players around him. Even though on the flip side, I said Mason Greenwood's not getting game time, him just
Mm.
being around Ronaldo and absorbing that mentality and that mindset. Is worth it's worth gold right now, man, for the youngsters coming through at United.
Brilliant. It's good that you've stepped on to that in itself, which we're just gonna park that aside for 1 second in terms of like the youngsters that have been breaking through in the season.
Mm,
Arsenal got a lot of youngsters, Man United have
mm-hmm,
got some youngsters as well that we definitely can say that come 2022, they're gonna be some real standout players for
mm-hmm.
the future, whether it be England internationals or international players for other countries. I just wanted to touch on the manager situations. Obviously, we saw some firing and
Mm-hmm.
hirings. We did a show in
Yeah.
regards to the firing and hirings of managers. How have you felt about that situation so far in the season? Has it been more than usual, or do you feel like it's the same as always? If you're not performing, if the results are not coming in from August to now December, you're gonna go.
Yeah, I think it's been a bit of both really. I think it's been a little bit of the usual, and also clubs are a little bit more reserved with getting rid of managers as the time that we're in. There's not a lot of managers floating around. We're seeing a transition as well of managers coming up as well. So we've seen the likes of Vieira coming into the Premier League, Arteta, we had Solskjaer, Lampard as well.
Mm,
So we had a resurgence of young managers coming through, and they're not proven as such. So you have to you got to take a risk, and not a lot of clubs can afford to do that.
mm.
So I think we've seen a bit of both really. We've seen of the cutthroat of the Premier League. When you're not performing, boy,
Yeah, you're out of here.
you're gone. Do you know what I mean? That's the realness. We're in a game of we're in a business of results.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you're not performing, you're not bringing those 3 points, or you're not achieving certain targets, then we've seen what happened with the likes of Nuno. Who else was gone? Brucey. That was a whole saga with Brucey when he left, and it was a whole emotional thing, and
Yeah. So
so
let's just check out the managers that have been unfortunately been sacked so far. So we had high profile in terms of
mhm,
just like how it's been going on for so long. And that was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at Man United. Ole
mhm,
was at the wheel and now is no longer at the
apparently.
wheel.
Mm,
Uh, Ralph Ragnick is obviously stepped in to
mm,
that hot seat there. Then you had Aston Villa with Dean Smith, who
mhm.
fortunate enough has landed back on his feet and he's ended up at Norwich. Then you got the likes of Steve Bruce, as you said, Newcastle going into their
Mm.
resurgence of money, the cash money moolah.
But he got a
Um,
big cash money moolah
yeah,
exit as
yeah,
well,
yeah.
boy.
But he deserved it though, man,
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
as we said in our show, the fire and the hiring of managers, of one manager that you actually really felt sorry for was Steve Bruce because the
Yeah.
guy, it's his hometown, man. If it was like, oh, he was the manager of Bournemouth or whatever,
Yeah, yeah,
like he's
yeah,
come
yeah.
down south, being that he's northerner, he's come down south,
Mm,
you can understand, be like, boy, but this is it's like you going to
mm,
manage Arsenal and
mm,
you're from North London and you're just a
mm,
stone throw away from it, and that's your homeboy, club. You can
mhm,
talk so much. Yeah, I went to school down the road and
mm.
da 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 da. Everybody loves you, and then all of a sudden you manage your home club, and now you're just getting abuse from the
Bro,
day
he
you
went
started.
Sunderland though, bro. He went to Sunderland as well. Do you know what I'm saying?
Bro,
He done both sides.
what can
You know
you
what I mean?
do, bro?
Like,
When
I
the
hear
when
you, I
the
hear you.
jobs are there
Yeah,
available
yeah,
for you,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you
100%.
gotta do what you gotta do in it. But
100%.
yeah, man, he got his payoff. He moved on, and Eddie Howe obviously becoming the new manager of the
Mm.
rich, blessed Newcastle. We'll see how long that's gonna last. And then you got the likes of who else? It
Nuno.
was Nuno who took over
Conte took
Jose.
over Nuno.
So yeah. So basically, Jose
Mm.
Mourinho's gone.
Yeah,
Nuno's
yeah,
come
sorry,
in.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He only lasted, God knows, maybe like 10
11,
games or
11
so,
games, I
11
think.
games,
Yeah, yeah.
and then he was up out of here. Then Conte stepped in, a
Mm-hmm.
very, very good manager. Whether or
Mm-hmm.
not obviously we support Arsenal, whatever, we cannot you
Nah,
know
top manager.
frown upon that, and we have to admit that that this is a top manager and definitely
Mm.
could be a guy that brings Tottenham back into the running for the top four and back into Europe. So that is definitely an advantage for them. And then I think I'm missing another. Was it Cisco?
Yeah, yeah. Cisco at Watford.
Cisco at Watford,
Mm.
and then the Tinker Man.
Inca man come in.
He's come in. Ranieri, Premier League manager. He steps into the Watford hot seat because that is a
Mm-hmm.
conveyor belt of managers right there, and
Yeah.
God knows
Who's
what
next?
who's next
Mm.
in that hot seat right there. But one thing I will say about Watford is, look, man, they're stuck in their ways. We can't,
Mm-hmm.
diss them and that. This is their model. This is what they do. They're usually in the Premier League or they go
Mm-hmm.
back down and they come back out. So they've got that sorted. In terms of that, I think they just need to find someone that's going to be able to stabilize the team so that they can have like a little, at least 3 years, 4 years
Mm-hmm.
stint in
Mm-hmm.
the Premier League to establish themselves, so that players also feel comfortable to wanting to go there. So if they want to attract players, they're going to look at their history and be like,
Yeah.
bit of a yo-yo club. I
Yeah.
don't know if I can really stay there for that long. So if they can get a merger of that, of managers and players, to be able to stay there for 3 or 4 years, then
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Watford can be an established club in the Premier League. Who else?
I think that was it.
That was
Well,
it,
there
innit?
was talks obviously of Arteta getting sacked, innit? There was talks of that, like, so
Bro, it
you
was
know.
too much, man. We could even segue to that because now beginning the season started pretty
Mm-hmm.
much. Arsenal, not a great start. Off the back of last season, obviously finishing eighth. We've gone into the summer window. At this particular time, we've seen the players that have come in, and we're not too sure. Your Ramsdales, your Tomiyasu's, your Ben Whites, which obviously he was looking good at Brighton, but
Mm-hmm.
we're stunned by the fee that we've had to purchase him for. We've gone in and we're about 15th. What was your thought process at that
Bro, we was
particular time?
bottom, bro. Don't forget that.
Oh
We
yes,
touched bottom, rock
rock
bottom.
bottom.
We
Yeah.
was with the rock bottom, yeah. Dwayne the Rock Johnson. That's what we was, bro. Yeah.
It
We
was
was
down
Dwayne the
there.
Rock Johnson. We was down there, rock bottom, everything.
Do
Do
you
you know
think
what I mean?
Arteta was going to get sacked?
100%, 100%. I was thinking, do you know what? Like, I had debates many times with my boys. Obviously, when Solskjaer, Lampard, and Arteta, the new boys, the new managers that were coming into the scene, and I was saying, out of all of them, look, you could see clearly Arteta has got a footballing brain. He's got a vision. He's got something about him that says, you know, he's got a clear philosophy. Whether that's still developing, I'm sure it is actually. Not even whether that's definitely going to evolve as he gets along his coaching journey or his managing journey. And then there was that period where I was just like, you know what, I don't think I can back this guy no more, because I'm getting grilled. Like every other, like when we're losing games, rock bottom, Brentford away, we lost. We lost to
Bro,
obviously
we
Chelsea, City.
couldn't banter, boy. We couldn't banter.
There was
We
no
was in the
banter
mud.
whatsoever, bro. Finishing eighth, like what can you say? Do you know what I mean? What can you really say? And then with the, like you said, the signings that we brought in, I'm like, oh man, I don't think I can back this guy no more. Do you know what I mean? And then the resurgence started happening. Like, the players started gelling, players started coming back as well. Because don't forget, we had a lot of COVID cases at the beginning, and the Premier League said, nope, you lot got to play. Do you know what I mean? So, and with everything that's going on at the moment, like,
That's the
there's
thing, that was the thing that I was having a debate with one of my boys, at my coach actually at my football club, Dell in the city.
yeah,
Shout you out, quick time.
cheers.
Yeah, he was just like, oh, you got to deal with it. You got to deal with it. And I'm saying, yeah, we dealt with it.
You
Like when
dealt
we
with
was
it.
complaining about, we had 5 players out,
Yeah,
5
yeah.
main,
Mm,
starters that were out. And we were saying how difficult our start was. Now teams like Liverpool's and,
mm-hmm,
other teams are complaining about like they ain't got enough players. Players obviously suffering with
mm-hmm.
what's going on right now. Um,
Bro, I want a
it,
rematch, bro. I want a rematch. Yeah, I want a rematch. Bring that game back.
run it back,
Run it back. The Brentford game, all of that. Bring that back, especially the Brentford game, because we had young Balogun, leading the line for us.
bro.
That was unfair on him. Well, not unfair. That's also an opportunity for him to, showcase what he can do. But saying that,
But
you
look at
know
the
what I mean?
teams now, like, obviously complaining about how they have to field
Yeah, yeah.
young players and players
Mm-hmm,
from the youth team and stuff like that. And we had to do that at the
mm-hmm,
beginning of the season, and we was laughed at.
mm-hmm,
Oh, you're just making excuses. Brentford have just come up, bro.
mm-hmm. Tony
They
moved to us that game as well.
moved. Man was going on
Yeah,
podcasts,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
beating his chest
Yeah,
about,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
roughing up Arsenal.
Mm,
I'm not sure what he's doing right now, but
yeah.
we'll park that up right now. Shout out to him though, man. He's
Yeah,
a
big
great
up
player.
Tony. Good,
He's a
good
great
player, man.
player, man. Great player, great guy as well. But yeah, man, it was a difficult start. But now we're
Mm,
seeing, if we just move on to the season a bit more now, the teams, or should we say the top 6 is kind of shaping up to looking like how it normally does.
boy, who would have
Um,
thought we were up there, bro?
we're up there now. Arsenal are up there, but now you got the likes of your staple teams like Man City,
Mm,
Chelsea, Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Then we've got in
Arsenal.
4th place. Arsenal, like we were
Mm-hmm.
just saying, we were rock bottom, and now we're
Mm-hmm.
in 4th place. Still pretty much a long way to go,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
we're
yeah,
in
yeah.
and around it.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's Man United after that.
Yeah,
Is it
Man
West? No, is
United.
it West Ham? I think it's West Ham, then Man United, and then Spurs. So that's what it's
Bro,
looking
like
like.
you said the other day, yeah, it's all about the points on the board. And we've seen they've dropped points.
Mm-hmm.
They've
Mm-hmm.
dropped points. Do you know what I'm saying? So
I did
yeah,
say that.
you did say that. And have what we are, we're 6 points away from third and 7 points away from second. I'm not saying that we're gonna get there. I'm not saying that,
What are you
but
saying?
what I'm saying
What
is
are you
no
saying?
one thought we would be 6 points away from Liverpool come Christmas. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean? Come New
yeah,
Year, no
yeah.
one thought we're gonna be up there. Everyone thought we're gonna be around mid-table, 10th, 11th. I heard some people saying you're fighting relegation. We
Hmm.
are fourth right now, bro. Yeah.
Let's
I
just
know.
talk this up for a
Do you know what I'm
second, man.
saying? No, you gotta
You're
big it up,
gassing
bro.
me
You
up a
gotta
bit.
be.
You're gassing me up, man.
We're up there, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what
yeah.
I mean?
Like in terms of us Arsenal fans, if
Mm,
people don't know, myself and Jerry will support Arsenal. This is
mm.
why we're so gassed like this.
Come on, bro.
Are we within our right now to feel excited about what's going on, or as rival fans will always say, "Oh, you're talking too much, man. It's too early. Calm down." Like, where do you lie with it right now? What are
Bro,
you seeing from Arsenal?
I'm taking it game by game right now. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm taking it game by game, just
Yeah.
because like we've been in this position before many, many times, and I think we spoke about it earlier on. We're gonna have patches in the season where we look fantastic. We look, wow, this is the old Arsenal, and
Mm.
then we're gonna get a patch of like, get rid of this player, get rid of the manager, get rid of the board. Do you know what I mean? So there needs to be a consistency. Do you know what I mean? However, going back to what we said at the beginning of the season, looking at the signings that we had, looking at the finish that we had previous season,
Mm.
like no one thought, like I said, we're gonna be up here in 4th place in Christmas, regardless if other teams have got games in hand or whatever. We got the points on the board, like you said, innit? Yeah, we've got them there. We got to give props to Arteta and the team, man. Do you know what I mean? Like the season's
100%.
still a long way. We still got a long way to go, bro. However, at the moment, we have to give props. We have to say, you know what, the team's doing well. And I think on Saturday, we're gonna get put back in our place. Yeah, we're gonna
Get put in the
we're,
spliff.
we're gonna get put back in our place. City's just gonna smoke us. And
Goodness
do you
me.
know what I mean? We got no Arteta. We got no Arteta on the
Yeah, and
bench. Do you know what I
a
mean?
lot of
So
apparently a lot of the backroom staff, the coaching staff, are
mm.
also out. To the point, I think we've just got second in command and the
Steve
likes of
Rand,
Steve Rand, and then maybe Per Mertesacker might have to
Per,
step. Yeah, apparently
bruh.
that's the rumors right now. That's how thin, that's how light we are in terms of the coaching, because it's not just Arteta that's basically
Bro,
been
Batman might as
stricken.
well come and be a coach in
Obama,
it for the game.
Aubameyang's in with Gabon. He's gone.
Oh, is he gone? Yeah, he's gone
Yeah,
already.
yeah, yeah.
He had enough. He
Because
said, "I'm dipping."
no, because basically during this period of time is when
Mm.
players can actually fly out.
Okay,
So
okay, okay,
with
okay.
Partey as well,
Mm.
we actually begged Ghana. Well, I say beg, but we asked
Yeah,
Ghana
yeah.
to allow us to
For
have
this
Partey,
game,
yeah, for the last game,
Liverpool's
and
doing
then
that as well, isn't it? With
yeah,
Salah
with
and
their
Mane.
players. So basically, this will be the last round of games before they go to AFCON. Shout out to AFCON.
Big up.
Looking forward to that. I am definitely going to be paying more
Hmm.
attention to the tournament this time round,
Do
because
you think it's getting more coverage now, bro? Like Afcon, because
um
previously, I don't know, it never used
it,
to be like a.
I'm not sure on where they're going to be showing it. Obviously,
Mm,
we would have to source out where it's been shown. But I just feel like more than ever right now, especially with what's going on,
yeah, 100%.
the tournament itself has been kind of being disrespected.
Yeah, it's been put in
It,
the back
it's
pages,
it's
isn't it?
been
Like,
in terms of it. So just to offer the support and just be able to see the next
mm,
bunch of talent that'll be coming out of Africa, and also just seeing the talent from the Premier League, from other leagues
mm,
going and playing there. So it's going to be really good tournament to see.
yeah, man.
But just obviously going back to the Arsenal Man City game, which will be on New Year's Day. I don't know what to really think about the game. I'm hoping maybe a bit of form can come our way, and we can give it a go. That's all I
Bro.
ask for. You know, just like the Liverpool game that we said, it's just like
Yeah.
basically in order to kind of see where we're at in with the big teams, is just going in there and at least giving it a go and not getting the pump action that we did against Liverpool and getting battered by
City, we got
Chelsea.
smoked.
City, we got smoked by
Yeah.
them again, like, you know, as per usual. So maybe like I want to see a cup performance, you know, the FA Cup performance that we did against them. Like, you know, it's possible. Like this
100%.
these
We're at home
teams,
as well.
yeah, man,
Mm.
we're capable of having good performances, but I don't know what the mental block is against the big teams. Maybe our approach. Maybe we need to kind of just be like, yo, and be humble enough to know, like, we're a good team, but we're not that good.
Yeah.
So go into the game, not trying to go toe to toe. You know, mano y mano. Maybe just taking the step back and being like, look, man, we're gonna have to just soak up a bit of pressure and then just try and hit them on a break. But I don't
you
know.
say,
Like,
sorry, bro, but you say that, yeah. But we always say that. We always say like change that approach. And then when we do, there's been times when we have sat back, especially in the Emery era. There was times where we kind of were a bit more reserved. And then everyone's going mad, saying, why are we changing it up? Like, why we shouldn't be changing it up because it's
yeah,
City, we should continue playing. And then there's fans saying, well, we should change the approach. Like, so where do you sit on that? Like,
I'm for. This is where the manager gets his chops, his credentials in terms of like being a tactician. You're gonna have to go into these games and not just be like Arsene Wenger and just be like, whoever we play, we're just playing the same way. We're gonna have to be humble in that retrospect. We're not that team. We haven't got the caliber of players that are able just to switch it on a sixpence and be like, oh, we can get a goal. We haven't got a Van Persie. We haven't got a Sanchez. We definitely don't have an Henri, like where you can have your back against the wall and then someone just brings out a bit of magic. So you're gonna have to adapt your game accordingly. And this is where the manager or the coaching staff have to find the tactics per game. Are we capable of doing it? I don't think so. I don't think we've got the players to do so. But once again, I just want us to go into this game against City and just give it our all, and then just be able to come away from the game and be like, you know what? Ooh, we gave them a good game. Or you know, at this point in time, we possibly could have won it. Or you know what I mean? I want to come away from the game like that. But rather than going into like how confident we felt against Liverpool, and then played good for 20 minutes and then come away from the game getting battered 5-0 or whatever it was, the scoreline at the end of it.
I don't think we're gonna get a 5-0 at home. Like, to be fair, our home record is good, innit? And every time we have played City, I've been at the Emirates a few times against Arsenal, City, and I've seen them move to us, but it hasn't been like full 90 minutes. There's been spells in the games where they're like, all right, cool, they're better than us, innit? Do you know what I mean? But we say no Dashiki Dash Mystic Met predictions this week. Huh? None
Do
of
you
that.
know what? I will give my predictions, and unfortunately, I will be sitting on the side of defeat as much as I really
Okay.
don't want.
What are you saying?
Going into the fixture maybe a day or two ago, I actually was feeling like we could win.
I swear.
I
Okay.
swear down. Shout
Mm-hmm.
out to my boy Play. He
Mm-hmm.
knows. We was talking about that, and I was just like, you know what? I got a feeling that we could win, but City are just on a madness, and I can't just be going on feeling and just being like, yeah. So I've gone with a 3-1
I
Man
was
City
thinking
win.
that.
And I just feel like maybe we'll be capable of scoring a goal. You know, show our chops, and then after that, you know, City will just go into like maybe third or fourth gear, and then just start tapping it in and scoring their goals. But I think it's a definite massive loss for us in regards to our coaching staff, Mikel Arteta. As much as he gets a criticized about being very animated on the touchline and not sitting down and stuff like that. And this is what we want, because there was
I love
times where
that, bro.
Unai Emery was just sitting down. We've been in the era of Arsene Wenger just sitting down, and I love to see my manager animated and getting into things. So we're definitely going to miss Arteta on the sidelines. We're definitely going to miss the other coaching staff that, you know, do contribute as well. So we can't really you know, look past that. But my prediction for that, as you said, Mystic Dash, I'm actually going to adopt that name now.
Jeez.
Mystic Dash is predicting a 3-1 Man City
3-1.
win. Yeah. How
I
about
echo
yourself?
that. Nah, same. I do feel like we'll get a goal. I even
Yeah.
feel like we might even get the first goal. And then yeah,
Mm,
City, right man like Raheem, he always turns up against us at the Emirates. He's gonna
yeah.
chop in and bottom corner that. Like he's gonna, yeah, Raheem, De Bruyne is gonna turn up as he always
Yeah.
does.
Phil Foden,
Phil
Gundogan.
Foden, Gundogan's definitely gonna play. He always plays
And
against
then the
us.
likes of Grealish as well loves a game against
Grealish,
Arsenal.
you know what I mean? Riyad Mahrez, he's gonna come into the
Oh.
picture. So we're finished, bro.
Cancelo, do you reckon
Ah,
Cancelo will
Cancelo,
play?
I don't think he'll play because I see
Yeah,
you
man.
post it up.
Shout out
Yeah,
Cancelo, man. If you don't know,
yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
he's gone through some madness, and these are like sickening things that you just don't
Mm,
want to be seeing. He was held up by some thugs or whatever that came to rob his yard. Thankfully, his family's okay. Obviously, he's a little bit scarred up himself,
yeah,
fending off and fighting off the cowards that be. And they're just thankful that his family's okay.
yeah, man.
And it's just, yeah, it's something that you just don't want to see, man. You don't want to see things like this. And unfortunately, you can be a normal person and
Mm,
you know, or a high profile person, and these things can happen to you, man. So just hopefully they can catch the people, and
yeah, man.
you know, they can see justice as they should, man. So
I'm
shout out
getting
Cancelo.
shout out Cancelo, man. I'm getting the news quicker than Sky Sports News from Dasher Sports. I tell you that, yeah. That's why I've heard it first. So make sure you're following people, yeah.
Yeah, man. Make
But
sure
yeah,
you
man,
jump on the socials, man.
it's not nice to hear, man, that things like that are happening. And yeah, I don't think he'll play on the weekend. I think Pep will probably give him the time off because it's traumatizing, man. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? When things like that
100%.
happen. So I don't think he'll be in a mental state to play a big game like
Mm,
that as well at Arsenal. But you never know. He might turn up. But my
yes,
my gut feeling is I don't
he
think
won't
he'll
play.
play.
So just touching on, because obviously I mentioned the likes of Phil Foden, obviously Raheem Sterling being
Mm,
a former kind of young star boy himself. In
mm,
terms of Arsenal, we've got our star young players, and I just wanted to touch on like the young players in the Premier League so far that we've seen.
mm-hmm.
I think there's no a better place to kick off than Arsenal. We've got the likes of East ESR and
I like ESR.
Saka.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Saka and
Martinelli.
Emil Smith Rowe and Martinelli. How you
Mm-hmm.
feeling about these young players so far this season, man? And they're literally
Bro, I
holding up
said it,
Arsenal.
man. I said it, bro. These lot are the guys that's been holding us up. Like, so when I'm shouting at Saka, yeah, for captaincy, like people are grilling me. I get it. I get it. I know he's young. However, without these players, we would not be where we are right now, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like
this
the
is this is the debate that I've been having with my boy. I'm gonna shout him out as well, Patrick Tyrant of
hey, get him on here as well. Yeah, he
V's
needs to.
TV official. And now we're having this ongoing debate about Saka. He's of the opinion that he's not rating Saka. He feels like he's
What?
overrated.
Nah, nah, nah,
Um,
nah, nah,
I want to use my platform right now to
nah.
big up Saka, and I feel like to say that he's overrated is really a bad call, because this guy at the age of 18, when he first bust through onto
Mm-hmm,
the scenes of Arsenal, you can see the impact that he had for Arsenal.
mm-hmm,
Anytime that he's not playing, you can see he's missed. I
mm-hmm,
always feel like the sign of a great player, is when he is missing from a side and there's an effect on the side, there's a decrease on the levels of the side. You can tell
mm-hmm.
that you've got a top player on your hands.
100%.
And he's just going on leaps and bounds. He's done absolutely bits for England in the
Mm-hmm. The
Euros,
Euros, yeah.
when he wasn't even supposed to really be a main staple for that team. He was just brought in as cover, as you know, because he could
Mm-hmm.
play left back, he could play a
Mm-hmm.
few positions, and then he got into the team, and you can see the effects that he had on the team. For Arsenal, he's come back, obviously in the backs of missing the penalty and being
Mm-hmm.
down, and he's just brought himself back once again, linking up with the likes of Emil Smith Rowe. bro, the guy is a star, man. What's your thoughts about Saka?
Come on, bro, man. We don't even need to have this conversation, bro. There's no way this
Pull
kid
it
is
out
old.
there for the people at the
Bro,
back that need to
bro,
hear it.
there's no way, yeah, this guy is overrated. If anything, he's underrated right now, yeah. How about that one? He's underrated, bro. You got to remember this kid. I remember when Emery was in charge and he brought him to Malaysia. I think he was like 17 or something like that, and he came on. And you could see there's something there. Do you know what I mean? You could see there's something there. However, it's still early days. He's come leaps and bounds since then, bro. Like he revived Arteta's career as an Arsenal manager, bro, against
Yep.
Chelsea, Emil Smith Rowe. Like, do you know what I mean? But sticking on with Saka, first and foremost, yeah, the intelligence of this guy is unbelievable when he plays, yeah.
That's
Like you
what I
said,
always say. His footballing IQ is what first impressed me about him.
100%. He's very, very intelligent when he's on the ball, off the ball. His ability to play in different positions, like you said, he can play left back. Remember when he's playing left back for us and he's covering, like he looked like a
Yeah.
veteran at the back. Do you know what I mean?
Left back. That left hand side with Martinelli was cold.
Serious. And
Was
with there
cold.
was times with Aubameyang as well when he was on the left. Aubameyang was on the left wing. He's played in number 10, right wing. Bro, the kid is serious. And like you said, the Euros topped it off. Yeah, just to confirm, to say, you know what, you can't take out this player out of the team because of how good he is, how much influence he has on the team. You could see the senior players in cheese. What we got? We got people, yeah? All right, there you go. We're
Shout out my boy
starting.
Bruce
There you go.
McKenna.
Come on.
There we
Do
go.
you know what I mean?
Shout out, man. Shout out, Bruce.
2-1, yeah. Boy, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, going back to Saka quickly, yeah, bro, him stepping up again for that penalty doesn't just show how good he is, but it shows that like the guy is fearless. Like
The
he steps up.
testicular fortitude.
He's
the
got the
cojones.
Do you know what I'm saying? Hey, do you know what I mean? He's there, bro. There's no way you could tell me this kid is overrated, bro. It's impossible. It's impossible. He's one of the best youngsters in the world, in world football. How we even debating this?
Yep.
Whether or not he's up there.
Where did he finish like 6th or something in the young the Ballon d'Or, like the young version, the young.
Bro, I don't even care where he came in that list. Yeah,
he was on the list though.
Yeah, bro. Of course he's on the list. What are we doing here? What we saying about, like, bro? Saka is one of the best youngsters in world football. There's no
hands
overrate. Bro, come on. That's not even a biased thing from an Arsenal fan. Like, I'll say
it's
this about
Mason.
Seen. Bro, I'll say this about Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood is one of the best youngsters in the world. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. But if we're talking about a player, like someone that has longevity, Saka will have longevity just for the fact that, like you said, he's footballing IQ. He can play in numerous positions. Later on in his career, I can see him playing in a centre midfield role where he's just, bossing it. And yeah, man, come on, bro. Like, I don't even know what else to say. I'm flabbergasted. That's how much I am. I don't know what to say. I'm stuttering and muttering because I don't know what we're doing here. What are we doing here, bro? Come on, man.
Listen, shout out Pat.
Yeah, but shout out Pat though.
From Views TV official, shout out Simpson then, man. That's definitely one ongoing debate, and me and Pat, we need to get into it because it's always going to be seen as a bias because obviously he supports Spurs, I support Arsenal, so it's a back and forth thing. But I just feel like if you're if you're rating man like Skip and you can't rate Saka, then man, we got to kind of end the debate there. But those are the youngsters at Arsenal. Any other youngsters in the Premier League that you've looked at, you thought to yourself, you know what, I like this.
Conor Gallagher,
bro, just on the tip of my tongue, but I wanted you to say it first.
Gallagher.
What's good about him, man? And
everything, bro. Everything about him. Like, he's tenacious. He's got technical ability. His work rate. If we're talking about modern day football, the pressing and getting in around, covering distance, then he's one of those players. Livramento, another one, serious player for Southampton. Very, very good player. Armando Broja at Southampton again, causing defenders trouble. Another
Mm,
Chelsea boy. So three Chelsea boys that I've just mentioned there. That they're Livramento, he's moved permanent, but Broja and Connor Gallagher, they're on loan at the clubs. But off top of my head, I would say those right now, man.
yeah.
They're doing wonders.
I think obviously we could have put in the likes of Mason Greenwood, but he's already kind of in that
Yeah, yeah,
Saka situation,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
similar. Like he's been showing it for
yeah.
about a
We
season or
know what you
so.
can do, innit?
We know what he can do. But like you touched on previous with the Ronaldo, obviously going to Man United, that
Mm-hmm.
may have probably stifled his development a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I because I've been hearing this like, oh, it's stifling Greenwood, but I think he's still young. He's
Yep.
still got plenty of time to grow. And when you've got the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo in your
Mm-hmm.
team, rather than seeing it's like, oh, he's taking my position, he's taking my spot, you best be in that change room looking at him and seeing
Mm-hmm.
what has this guy done
Mm-hmm.
in his career to be called the GOAT. Like
Mm-hmm.
even if it's down to how he's cut his socks, how he's putting his shin pads, how he's cleaning
Mm-hmm.
his boots,
Everything.
whatever rituals this guy is doing, you must be taking that in, like,
Mm-hmm.
pause as a
Pause.
sponge, and just being like, look, I need to replicate what this guy's doing,
Mm-hmm.
because if you can get even half of what this guy's done, you're
100%.
you're on the verge of being a great player.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
It's about patience, isn't it? Like same thing that we saw with Foden at City. You could see there was talent there, but you had the likes of Silva, Bernardo Silva. Um, you had numerous of players, so it's hard to kind of break into that mold. But it's hard also because they can play,
Mm,
and you don't want to waste time, because game time is important. That's
very
that's
much
gold
so.
toss. Do you know what I mean? So you have to play games. However, at times you got to be a bit patient. And like you said, there's not a better place right now for him to be around than having Cristiano Ronaldo around you. So absorb everything that you can from him. Ronaldo's not going to be there forever. He's probably got
Yeah,
another season at United, and then
and
he'll
then he's
probably move
done.
on to somewhere else. But yeah, no, 100%, man. Do you know what,
I,
bro? Quick, go on, go on.
Yeah, go on. Now, I was going to
I'll,
say, because you say game time as well, which is very
mm,
important. But I feel like nowadays, especially for the younger players, back in the days, you never kind of saw. I know times have changed and football's
mm,
changed, but you never saw like, oh, a 21-year-old or 20-year-old like just trying to demand that
mm,
he plays at a Premier League team and a
yeah.
top team. I also believe, like, the Phil Foden situation where a load of us was screaming for, he needs to be playing, and Pep's like,
Hmm.
bro, he needs to
Yeah.
be watching the likes of
Hmm.
Silva. He needs to be
Hmm.
watching the likes of De Bruyne's and stuff like that
Hmm.
to get that experience. Maybe not as playing, but just to see them in and around training, preparation, all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. And I kind of liken it to the Martinelli situation.
Hmm.
A lot of talk about how Arteta's not feeling Martinelli. There's a rift. Martinelli's not happy and stuff like that. But you can see that Arteta's been like, look, let's bide our
Hmm.
time with this guy. He's too good to be sending out on loan. We're definitely not
Hmm.
going to do that. But he's going to get a massive, teachable lesson in regards to being in and around the squad, but
Yep.
like getting hungry. You know what I mean? Because he's waiting for his time. Like now we've seen that the likes of Aubameyang's now on his way out,
Hmm.
his latter stages. And then you get the hungry young, cub that's coming up now, that's going to be chomping at the bits to wanting to play. And you can see it
Yep.
now with Martinelli. What's your thoughts on him right now?
Bro, he's shown what he did when he first came into the picture. And like which we spoke about. He was unfortunate with the injury. Again, media will play into things when he's not playing. But again, that injury that he had, it takes time. It takes time to get back into the fold, not just physically, but mentally as well.
Mm.
So Arteta was just kind of nurturing him, making sure he doesn't rush him back. He gave him opportunities at times. Do you know what I mean?
With
And
injuries as well and stuff like that,
it's
he had
hard.
to deal with that.
Yeah, you got to deal with at a young age to deal with a big injury like he had as well. He's out for a couple of months. I think it was like 3 months or something like that. So
Mm.
to deal with an injury like that, you gotta take time. You gotta make sure you bring the player back at the right time. Otherwise, it can affect them in the long term. Uh, um, and which we've seen now, he's back to back to the old Martinelli. And like you said, he's again one of the best youngsters in world football.
It's
Um,
cold, man.
he's very, very good. But quickly, what before I forget, I also think Ben Johnson at West Ham.
West Ham, yeah, yeah, yeah,
He's a good player as well, man. Very intelligent as a player. Can play in both sides of left back or right back.
yeah. Watch them
Yeah, he's
live
very
against Brighton. It was
yeah
really,
yeah yeah.
really good on
He-
that game.
He's
The
a
only thing I would
good
say
player,
is,
man.
what he was playing on the right hand side,
Right
was
back,
he not?
yeah. He's playing
Yeah,
right back.
but is he not left footed? Is he left
No,
footed?
he's right footed.
Right footed.
Yeah.
Okay,
But he can play on both. He can
on
play
both
on left
sides.
and right. So he's versatile. Even though it's the same sort of thing. But trust me, once you get on the other side and you're having to, you're not used to just opening up with your left and that. It could, your angles look different. So your angles definitely look different. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
no, he's another one that's impressed me this season as well, man.
brilliant. So speaking of impressing, what team has impressed you so far, 2021?
Um, yeah, going back to Brighton, man. I think Brighton have impressed me a lot. Like Graham Potter in terms of how he's adapted the team, how he's got the team playing,
They started off
which
well, you know. They
started
started
off
off
really,
well.
really well. They were like what second, I think, second or third, and I think
Mm,
there was times where they touched first as well. And obviously, again, injuries have not helped along the way. But again, he's someone that I rate highly as a manager, and yeah, the players that they've got on board, like the likes of Basuma, we know what he can do. Quality player, and hopefully he gets a. He get. I know Brighton fans probably don't want to hear this, but hopefully he gets a top six move because he definitely deserves it in terms of playing ability. But yeah, going back to that question, I'll definitely say Brighton have impressed me. Um, as of recent, Gerrard coming into the Premier League, I like the way Aston Villa are looking as well.
mm,
You could just see a shift of mindset. Even though he's
he's
only
done
been there
well.
what couple games anyway, so he's still got a long way to go. But you could see again, in terms of what Arteta when he first came in, you could see there's a vision of
Mm,
playing style and how he wants his team to look like. And then I'll probably throw Arsenal in that hat as well in the last last couple of months we've been up there in terms of playing style. We've done really, really well. And then obviously the big boys as usual, the Man Cities. We're not gonna count them. You know what I mean? The Liverpools, we're not gonna count
yeah,
them. But yeah.
but they're on default. I think for me, just the teams that you've just mentioned. Also, to add to that list, I would say West Ham. But
West, yeah,
obviously,
how can I forget? Yeah.
we know what West Ham have done,
Mm,
and I
mm-hmm,
just love to see the way they've continued it. They've really been in their bag. They've come into the season like not just we're hoping to be a
mm-hmm.
good team.
Yeah,
They've
yeah, yeah.
actually come into the season being like, you know what, we can
Mm-hmm.
actually do something. Maybe faltered a little bit coming towards
Yeah,
the end of the year, but at the same time, I think they beat Watford like 3-1 or 4-1 or something the
yeah,
other
yeah,
day,
yeah, yeah.
which I going into that game, I thought maybe Watford might be able to do something
Mm-hmm.
with this dodgy patch for West Ham, but you just seen how they just turned things around again. Who else was I going to add? Crystal Palace.
Yeah,
I
Vieira
know in
coming in. You're right.
I know
Mm-hmm,
that maybe in terms of position wise, league
mm-hmm,
position, they've drawn more games than they should have. But
mm-hmm,
I've just liked the way Vieira's come in and he's
mm-hmm,
established a playing style
mm-hmm,
straight away.
mm-hmm.
And more so with the way Crystal Palace was playing under what's his name again? Managers.
Not Brendan, Hodgson,
um,
Roy Hodgson.
Hodgson. Hodgson had to do a job in terms of keeping Crystal
Mm-hmm,
Palace afloat in the Premier League. You know what I mean? A bit like what kind of Burnley does. Like,
mm-hmm,
you find a style that can at least keep you in the
mm-hmm,
Premier League and survive. But now they've the handbrake's off and they've come off survival mode and they've actually trying to play football. And like
mm-hmm.
the likes of Gallagher and it was a shame that he's gonna be going after this season.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if they can get maybe another loan move for him, that would be brilliant. But it's looking like he's going to go back to Chelsea. Obviously Zaha and ever present there at the team, but then just surrounded by so many other young players
Mm-hmm.
that Vieira's.
Mitchell.
Yeah,
I like Mitchell as well.
I like him as well. That he's brought in. So yeah, man, shout out Vieira because a lot of the times it was just kind of he was seen as maybe a manager that might not be able to cut it in the Premier League for whatever reasons. Maybe some
Yeah.
reasons that's quite bait.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like, you know, he's shown that he's able to. He's had the experience in it. He's
Mm-hmm.
managed that in the US. He's managed in France. You know, Mr. Captain, Invincible.
Mm-hmm.
The invincible captain for Arsenal, which is still a crying shame that he hasn't got a statue outside the Emirates.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
gotta
Yeah.
get that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull it out there now,
Yeah.
man. Make sure that this statue is being
Yeah.
done for Patrick Vieira. I don't
Him
care if
and
he's
Wenger. Both of
yeah.
them need.
I
Well,
think
Wenger needs a stand to be named
yeah,
after
a
him.
standard name. I think Wenger's one is there was gonna do a statue, but he was just like he doesn't want it.
Okay.
But I think they just need to take that out of his hands and just name a stand after him,
Mm-hmm.
considering he built that
He
stadium.
built it, man.
And Vieira as being the invincible captain, he needs to
100%.
get a statue. So those two standout guys. But Vieira, man, shout out Vieira, shout out Stevie G. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
new managerial appointments. Coming from whatever leagues that they've come from to the Premier League, and it's not easy, man. The Prem is unforgiving, bro.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, man, it's unforgiving. So yeah, man. Anything else to kind of the half term report?
Mo
Any other
Salah
standouts?
is different gravy, which we spoke about, bro. Like as much, yeah, he missed the other day. I hear what people want to say, but what this guy was doing at the beginning of this season,
So
yeah,
consistent, man.
bro, he's got like what 15 goals and like 10 assists already.
We're
Like
gonna get into that.
that's
Definitely,
25
man.
involvement of goals, bro, and 19 games. Yeah, like it's not a joke. It
let's
could have been
let's
more the
let's
other day.
let's just jump into that. Like that's a good segue because we're gonna go into the part of the show where we're just gonna be checking out top goal scorers so far. We're gonna
Mm-hmm.
be checking out the assist kings or
Mm-hmm.
king so far, and also one of my favorites that I've just been every game. I'm looking out for this, man. Clean sheets because
Mm.
Ramsdale right now,
Mm-hmm.
and considering Arsenal. Uh, Receiving a lot of like high scoring games.
Mm-hmm.
It still doesn't deter from the fact that we are also getting a lot of clean
Yeah,
sheets, and
yeah.
it is from this ain't just a situation where the defense is just doing a madness. This is the
Nah.
goalkeeper
Yeah, he's
is
kept us
actually
in.
he's kept us in a lot of games, and there's only so much he can do in certain games where he did get pumped for fours and fives.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, Ramsdale. So what do you
Do
want
you
to
know?
start with? Go ahead.
Do you know who's another one that's kept some good clean sheets, bro? Your boy Bruno Lage.
Bro, come on,
Your
man.
boy Bruno Lage. Do you know
Come
what?
on.
I was looking at Wolves' defensive record. There hasn't been a game where they've conceded more than two.
And
Usually it's been like 1-0 that they've
this is
lost
why I
or
wanted to play
2-1.
them, man. I didn't want us to get this postponed game. I wanted
Yeah,
us to
yeah,
play
yeah,
them
yeah,
while
yeah.
we was in a high, and not while they can get their players back and be rejuvenated. But yeah, man, Wolves is
Bruno
also
Lage.
a
Bruno.
manager that I've been very much impressed with in terms
Yeah,
of
you
like
have.
a standout. Whether it be a
You didn't
player
shout
or
him
whatever.
out though. You didn't
I
shout him
know.
out
Let me
when
shout him out now. Yeah, that's my boy, man, Bruno Lage. I felt like, do you know what it is? Yeah, and we've spoken about this in terms of the firing and hiring of managers. I felt like Bruno Lage came into Wolves and was just like, you know what? Let's just go back to
Mm,
basics. Let's go back to what Nuno was doing and how
mm,
he was getting a really good tune out of the team, playing in a somewhat pragmatic way, but also slightly entertaining. They had a good
mhm.
games against Liverpool, Man United. I think they conceded late on against Liverpool, right? I
Yeah,
think it was like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
1-0.
1-0, yeah.
Yeah. So he's just gone back to the team and he's not tried to reinvent the wheel. He's
Mhm,
just like, yo, man, let's go back to what was getting us results. At
mhm,
this particular time now, survival is key.
mhm.
And obviously just staying. And when I mean survival, I mean in terms of like being a main staple in the Premier League. You want to be a Premier League side. You don't want to be a
Yeah.
yo-yo club. You want to build. And he's been doing great ever since. And I just feel like sometimes certain managers don't get the light shine on them. And yeah, like you said, man, I'm gonna big him up, man, because that's my
Yeah, big
guy,
up,
man, and
man.
I want to see him do well in the Premier League. So just obviously touching on what do you want to start off first? Top goal scorers,
We gotta start with that, innit? We
yeah.
gotta start with that. Yeah,
The
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the top goal scorers. So let's just go with the stats, and we're going off at the top of the tree to give it a bit of a Christmas reference.
Big
Maybe
Mo.
a little bit controversial, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah.
We're talking about Mo Salah, and he's on 15 goals already.
Hmm.
Followed by a Liverpool player, Diogo Jota. He's on
Big up
10
Jota as
goals.
well, man.
Jamie Vardy on 9.
And Jamie
Emmanuel
Vardy again, bro.
Dennis, bro. We've not even mentioned
Yeah,
Emmanuel
yeah, yeah,
Dennis.
yeah. I like him. I like his
Watford,
character. I like his character. He's very
bro.
confident.
I feel like maybe with another season, if he can establish himself in the Premier League, he
Mm.
can do bits. Rafinha, since your boy Bamford has been on the
He's been stepping
sidelines,
up.
yeah, he's been stepping up. Even is he not getting himself a move to Bayern Munich? Is it not
Apparently, it's
been
on a card,
it's
or
on the
it's been
cards?
rumored that he's gonna go. And apparently, man, like Serge Gnabry is coming back home. Apparently,
To where?
to home, bro. To
Bro,
home. He's got
if that
unfinished business, bro. He's got unfinished business.
do you know what? Yeah, just on just to be a bit sidetracked on this one. I always wish and hope for like a hero, like
Mm.
someone that is of great talent that will just look at a team and be like, you know what, man, I want to go over there and I want to see what I can do.
He's
Not
got
just like
unfinished business, bro.
not just
At
like,
Arsenal.
oh, you want to go there for money or whatever, not or like, oh, the team's playing in Champions League, so I got to play. I just want to play a one day to just be like, you know what? I want to go to this team and I want to make them great. So if
Hmm.
that's someone like Serge Gnabry, please,
But
I
we
beg
didn't
you,
we
man.
didn't want to sell him though. That's the thing. We didn't want to sell him. He wanted to go because obviously he felt like he wasn't going to get enough game time. But at
Yeah.
that time, we didn't want to sell him. And obviously, Arteta's been in a squad when he's been about as well. So they've got a relationship. Who knows? Like we've got a young team. He could come in and be the main talisman for us. Like, like I said, he's got unfinished business. Do you know what I mean?
Oh man,
Like,
don't
I
don't do
know,
this to me, man,
bro. You,
because I hate
but
it because we're coming to the January transfer window and you know how we
yeah, I
just
don't
get
think it's gonna happen now. I don't think it's gonna happen now. But like, if we're talking realistically, like if we look about in the summer, if Aubameyang goes, like, and we're looking for a
Lacazette's going.
talisman, like, bro, it's not a transfer. You're thinking like, nah, that can't happen. Like, it could happen. Like, he's been there
Stranger things.
before. He knows the club. Like I said, he's got unfinished business. He needs to come back and be the main guy for it. Because that was the chat though, innit? That was the chat.
Yeah,
When he was
yeah,
coming
yeah.
through, he was supposed to be the next one coming through and be one of our main players. Obviously, it didn't work out for many reasons. But again, sick player. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
hopefully he comes through.
Well, we digress. You heard it here
Yeah,
first. You
yeah.
know, Coach G puts it out there, man. We put it out into the universe. You know how
We're
the
putting it
universe
out there.
works.
We're
We're
putting it
putting it
out there.
out
Do you
there.
know what I mean?
Um, uh, one of the goats, whatever side of the fence that you lie on, one of the goats, Cristiano Ronaldo,
Come on.
CR7, coming back to the Premier League. He's got 8 goals
Mm.
so far. Then this one, whenever I look at this name, I'm just like, this is more emphasis on why a young player such as this guy is doing bits, and that's Emil Smith Rowe with
Yes,
8
sir,
goals.
baby.
You know what I mean? He's doing his thing. He's in and around the goals. He's
Hmm.
got 8 goals. And then look at the company that he's with right now.
Hmm.
Son's up there with 8 goals as well.
Hmm.
Mikel Antonio that started off like a house on fire.
Hmm.
He's on 7 goals. And then in 10th place, we've got Sadio Mane.
Hmm.
So that's the top 10. But we're from 7, Mikel Antonio. So 7. So
Hmm.
from 9 down to 14, I've
Hmm.
all got 7 goals.
Hmm.
So that's 9 is Mikel Antonio, Sadio Mane, Neil Maupay, Mason Mount, Raheem Sterling, and Bernardo Silva all got 7
Hmm.
goals.
Hmm.
So it's looking good, man. And look, like I said, top of the tree is Mohamed Salah going after that golden boot. You know he loves a golden boot. He does not
100%.
shy away from it, man. Once you start talking about it, he's just like, yeah, I'm trying to get that
Bro,
boot.
I've said it, bro. Since he's been here, he's been serious. Like, do you know what I mean? Even last season, he missed it by 1 goal.
Yeah.
Harry Kane won it 23. Salah got 22. Season before that, I think it was joint in it. Aubameyang, Mane, and
Mm.
Salah. Before that, he won it. Like, he's been up there. Do you know what I
And
mean?
he's not
His
even a
record.
striker, bro.
He's not
He's
even
not
a
even a
striker
striker.
like that. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know
But
what's his all-time goal Premier League record right now. Can we get that up?
I think it's probably just something
The reason why I
silly,
asked,
bruv.
do you think he'll be able to get in and around, up there with the likes of your Lampards, your Henrys? Obviously, your
Boy,
Shearers is a way away, but
he's hit 100, isn't it? He's hit 100 because Mane hit 100 the other day,
okay.
and he's definitely
I'm just
got
trying
more
to.
than Mane. Do you know what I mean? So he's definitely got more than 100. But yeah, that record, I don't know what's Lampard on,
Uh,
130 something.
he's on 110 goals in 162 games.
Who's
Michael
Salah?
Owen, yeah. Michael Owen 118, Steven Gerrard 120, Robbie Fowler 128. So he's in good company right now in terms of like Liverpool
It's a
legends.
joke, bro.
It's an
It's a joke.
absolute joke. And if they tie him down to a deal and he stays in the Premier League for years to come, he's definitely got more goals in him, man. He's definitely
100%.
got more goals.
Like for me, he's winning the golden boot this year. Just a
Yeah.
quick one as well, though. On Emil Smith Rowe, I was saying last season, if he adds goals like to
Mm.
his game, then we're gonna see. Because there was times last season where he had plenty of opportunities, and he kept missing. And this year, he's tucking him in, and he's coming off the bench and
Bruh,
scoring.
he's doing
You know
them
what I mean?
late Ramsey runs
He's
into the
doing.
box,
Trust me.
Lampard-esque. I'm
He's
feeling the way he's playing, man,
trust
and
me.
and and the intelligence also to come off the bench is
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
showing
yeah.
you like um the IQ, the
Mm.
footballing IQ that's coming out of Halen,
The
man. I know
mindset
that,
as well, though, bro. Like to
yeah,
say,
I
you
know
know what,
that
I'm coming off the bench. I need to
that's
make an
right.
impact.
I don't want it to make it seem like, obviously we're Arsenal fans and it's going to sound like bias or whatever, but just please just understand what we're trying to say is just like
Mm,
the talent in itself at this stage of their career. Like these players they're boys, man, like
mm,
19,
mm-hmm,
18, and they're doing bits. And we always say that the Premier League is like the toughest league to be
mm-hmm,
playing in. And these guys are making it look quite easy. You know
mm-hmm,
what I'm
mm-hmm,
saying? On a consistent basis,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
and that is the scary thing about it. So I just hope that their talents are managed, and also also have had a history of injuries and stuff like that.
mm,
So hopefully it's a case where it can be managed correctly. So imagine that's 15 goals from Mohamed Salah. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
he is. If we just check it here, if it's gonna work, he is currently top of the tree for assists,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, he's got 10 in it. He's got 10 assists.
He's on 9
Oh, he's
assists
9
now.
assists. Sorry,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, he's on 9
He's on
assists.
he's on this Henri vibe right now, man.
Mm,
Goals
mm,
and assists.
mm, mm-hmm,
Let's
mm,
stand corrected, bro. That's
mm-hmm,
the vibe that
mm-hmm,
he's on right now.
mm-hmm,
Maybe he's probably not gonna be as skillful.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He's not gonna be like
Nah, he don't look pretty on the eyes to watch, innit?
he's
But
not gonna be having that wow factor.
nah, the
But
vavavoom.
yeah, I don't think he's got the
Mm.
vava voom. You
Mm-mm.
know what I mean? But I feel like he's got that about him, the
Mm.
esque about him in
Mhm.
terms of his contribution. Like he can
Mhm.
contribute to goals. If it's
Mhm.
not goals, he's assisting. You know to yourself at a flip of a switch, if the game is 0-0, he's
Mhm.
the one that can get you that one goal where you think to yourself,
Mhm.
oh my goodness. Guys scoring like FIFA 22
Ridiculous
goals.
goals, bro. Ridiculous goals.
You
And
know
he
what I
was
mean?
getting grilled as well for not he's
Yeah.
being selfish, and you could see this season.
He's
There you
banning up
go.
top defenders at Man
Yeah, yeah,
City.
yeah.
He's destroying Watford defenders. He's
Mm.
scoring all kinds of goals, and now he's assisting. Output is on 9.
Mhm.
Then we've got this is no surprise, man, because he's
Big
been
Trent.
doing it. Big Trent,
Mm.
TAA, doing his
Mm.
thing. He's got 8 assists. Your
Serious player as
boy,
well, man.
your boy, Jared Bowen, though,
Jeez. Hey, last game he got a what? I think he got a hat trick of assists against
he's on 7 right now,
Watford.
bro.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
He's on
Bro, he's
7. He's in his
man like
bag.
man like Aryan Boyan, yeah. I'm telling you. I said to you, remember that game when we go like, bro, this guy
Yeah,
is serious.
he's
Like he's
serious.
pressing, he's direct. Like he's again, if we're talking about modern day footballers in terms of covering distance and everything like that,
Yeah, he's a
he's
player
on
that
you.
definitely got a shout out
He's
as well.
on you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So big up Jared Bowen. England,
bro,
England call up probably.
he deserves. He
Yeah,
deserves it. There's people
England
that getting
call up.
call ups for less,
Mm,
bro.
England call up.
Look at this one though. In 4th,
Man.
Gabriel Jesus
Mm-hmm.
with 7 assists. I did
7
not
as well.
know. I didn't know that he was putting in the assists
He hasn't been playing up top though, innit? Like he's been playing off like
Okay.
wide and whatnot. So he's
If you're
more
not
so
gonna,
been contributing to the goals.
yeah, if you're not gonna score, you gotta do something. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
shout out to Jesus. Paul Pogba still living off his early stint of the
He was on
season.
fire at the
He's on
beginning, boy.
fire. I think he like 4 assists in one game.
Trust me.
Obviously he's been injured, so I can't get
Yeah,
on
yeah,
to
yeah,
Pogba like that because when you actually deep it, the
yeah.
guy is on 7 assists, man.
Mm-hmm.
7, and he's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
even been playing for most
Mm.
of the season. So he lies in 5th position. Mikel Antonio putting it in a shift, man.
Mm.
Putting in a shift. So he wasn't like in 9th in terms of goal output, and he's in 6th place right now with 5 assists.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, Emmanuel Dennis.
Yeah,
I'm
goals
telling
and
you, bro.
assists.
Goals and assists. He's on 5 assists as well. He's in 7th. 8th, Reece James, 5 assists. Kovacic,
Got the Chelsea boys.
yeah, 5. Mason Mount, 5. He's in 10th. And then Robertson, he's in 11th. If you want to just shout out the outside of the top 10, he's on 5 as well. So assists, it's not looking too bad. No one's really running away with it, but
Yeah, yeah.
just to see Salah up there, and obviously TAA Trent,
Mm-hmm.
Big Trent, he's doing his thing as well with 8. So
What a player, bro, man.
what a player, man.
What
And
a player.
what have we got for the clean sheets? Have we got the goals? I think the stats
For teams?
No, for goalkeepers.
Oh, for goalkeepers. Well, I guess Edison will be up there and Allison.
Yeah, I had it there. Just bear me one second. Goal. We live, baby. We live.
Come on.
Keepers.
Get your cup of teas in, people.
Clean sheet. Because I think it was Ramsdale that's heading the what's it called?
Nah, it can't be, man. It's Edison, bro.
Is it Edison?
Has to be. City's got 12 clean sheets in the Prem.
Okay.
Edison
Yes, here we go. Here we go. So ranking at top, Edison with 10. Yeah. So that's that's Man City, man. They just love to be controlling games. Clean sheets 10. Allison sitting there with 9. In joint second.
Ramsdale.
Aaron Ramsdale, bro. Aaron
Yeah.
Ramsdale. I know we discussed in terms of him obviously coming to Arsenal. I think my stance on Ramsdale was this. I was thinking, man, we're getting someone from Sheffield United. What's going on? But then I just looked at, what kind of had me it was Sam saying it. Sam was saying behave. Yeah, hold on. He also mentioned Pogba always injured, bless him. Yeah. We mentioned that, bro. We mentioned that. Shout out Pogba, because if he wasn't injured, boy, you'd be putting in real numbers, and I think people wouldn't be feeling to be disrespecting him. Back to Ramsdale just quickly. I just felt like Arsenal's intent of putting down the 30 million. Obviously starting off with 25 first, and then they got knocked back, and then they went back, and they were like very persistent on the play that they wanted. I was like, you know what? We need to back this. We need to back this signing, because you can see, and we always said, like, man, if you want a player, go and get him. Yeah. And like, obviously, because it's not a sexy name, we're just like 30 million for this player. And he's a backup. But his first interview was like, bro, I'm not here to be doing backup dancing. I'm here for the number 1 spot. And once Leno got his injury, and then Ramsdale touched down, he's been in goal ever since. And as you can see, 9 clean sheets, and he's been doing some heroic saves.
100%. Did you see his interview with Ben Foster?
No, I saw the one with Tubes. I didn't see the one with Ben Foster.
Yeah, he talks about how he got a transfer at Arsenal, and it nearly never happened as well. Because Sheffield United were kind of holding out, and he explains it. So if you haven't watched it, everyone go and check it out. It's on Ben Foster's YouTube channel. And big up Ben Foster as well, man. He's a good guy. Big up Ben Foster.
Yeah, we had the privilege of seeing him.
Yeah. We met him at St. George's.
Ground. Yeah, man, good guy. And then in 4th position we have Edouard Mendy with 8. So man, if the fact that you can see Ramsdale in and around those
Mhm.
those players right there, and then you've got the likes of Hugo Lloris,
Mhm.
Jose Sa, Robert Sanchez, Vincent Gaita of Crystal Palace, Emiliano Martinez, who was being raved on about when he went to
Mhm.
Aston Villa. He is currently on 5 clean sheets, but I don't think Aston Villa's defense has been great as of this season. And then you got the likes of like Alex McCarthy and David De Gea, Lucas
Mm.
Fabianski. So some great goalkeepers there, man.
Yeah, man.
I think the Premier League has pretty much got some of
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
best goalkeepers in the world. What's your thoughts about the goalkeeping situation?
Yeah, man. Like that list, like you said, no one would have thought Ramsdale will be up on that list, but he's up there. And again, just his character is refreshing because we don't really see a lot of goalkeepers showing their characters anymore. They're quite reserved, and you've seen how he deals with away fans, and it's entertaining to watch, I guess. But out
Mm,
of that list, I like the apart from Edison and Allison, those are the given names. But I like Robert Sanchez, man. I like what he's doing at Brighton. He's a good young goalkeeper. I thought
yeah,
we would get him actually before Ramsdale, but yeah, he's definitely one that I could see moving on to a City if Edison moves on. I could see him being a replacement for either Allison or Edison at one of the big clubs. He's got a bright future. Martinez again, he had a bright start at Aston Villa. You know, but yeah, we're blessed, man. We're blessed in the Premier League with goalkeepers, 100%,
yeah. I always say, man, it's like, as much as having a good defense, you always got to have a good number one, man. You got to have an
100%.
assured number one between the sticks, and it's just proven, like with the way Ramsdale's come to Arsenal. You can see it
Hmm.
over at Man United. I think Man United has always been one of the greatest examples of like what your goalkeeper can do for you.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah,
If
yeah,
your
yeah.
team, if
Hmm.
your team is not doing well, you either have a
Hmm.
sick goalkeeper or you have
Hmm.
a sick striker that can bail
Hmm.
you out, because there's certain games where it could be like 0-0 or you're 1-0 down and then you just got
Hmm.
like an Henri or a Van Persie or Sanchez
Hmm.
that can just bring
Hmm.
it out the bag. Or
Hmm.
on this case, if we're talking about goalkeepers, you got like a De Gea who once again, what was the
He's
game? What
he's
was the
pulled
game that he
up
pulled out a crazy save again? Like,
Newcastle.
yeah,
Newcastle. He pulled out some
bro.
serious saves in that game. To be fair, I'll give it to him. Last couple of games, he's been on like the old De Gea that we know when he first kind of started. Like he's been on fire. Do you know, bro? I'm bouncing around a little bit here. Yeah, we didn't do a segment on Aguero, man.
Aguero, bruv.
We
We can
got
talk about. We're here right now. I
just a
think we've
quick
done in
shout out,
terms.
man.
Yeah, we've done with the other stuff. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, just a quick shout out, man, bro. Like Aguero, we gotta give him his flowers, man. Obviously, he retired. He was forced to retire because of health conditions. But
Mm,
bro, what a player, man. He's
what a
given
player,
us,
bro.
he's given us arguably the best moment,
Aguero
bro. Till this day, yeah.
to
Till
this
this
day.
day, till this day, on a flipping, bro. It's giving me goosebumps every time I watch that goal, man. Like when he,
What a
man,
crescendo! What it's like.
bro.
It's a movie.
That
Like
is a
when
movie.
people talk
Imagine
about
that,
why we watch football, and why do you hang around watching a whole season of football, 9 months or
bro.
so, is to watch those moments, man. Like
Bro,
perfect moments at the end of the season, bro. You couldn't write a script such
hundred
as that,
percent.
and for a player of his talent, man. But go ahead, man.
No,
Aguero,
top for me, bro. Top three strikers in the Prem ever. Like he's, if it wasn't for the injuries, this guy's numbers will be ridiculous. Like
ridiculous, man.
once Aguero's on the pitch, there's a goal coming from somewhere. Whether and even again, he used to help out the team in terms of assisting and things like that. But as a talisman in front of goal, assassin. He's tucking it in. There's no ifs, no buts. Aguero 1-on-1 with the keeper. You'll bet your house. Do you know what I mean? Like he's gonna tuck it in. Like, but yeah, just a quick shout out, man. Because
I don't think many people thought that he would have been at City for the length of time that he was at. Considering obviously Latin background,
Yeah.
not really speaking that much English.
Mm.
But he was one of the players that I could say pretty much an ever present in terms of like Premier League footballers that you would really remember, like Premier
Mm.
League greats.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody will be disagreeing with that he can really be put up there with as amongst the greats of the Premier
100%.
League. His goal output, the way he scored goals, if it's going on his left foot, if it's going on his right. He was not even a tall guy, but he can still get up there with
Stocky.
headers.
Mm-hmm.
You can't move him off the ball, bro.
No.
His
Nah,
calf
bro.
game was immense.
Serious. Yeah.
He's up there with the
Mm.
Grealishes,
Yeah.
your Roberto Carloses, your
You.
Seydorfs. Them
Mm-hmm.
man, there was serious
Mm-hmm.
calves.
You brought
He
out some
was up
serious
there.
names there still. Brought out
Yeah,
man
bro.
brought out Clarence.
Yes.
Man like Clarence.
You got to be talking about the Mount Rushmores of calves.
Whew, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
100%.
saying. But yeah, man, like you, Aguero. Such a shame to see like the end of his career. I would have loved to have seen what his situation would have been like at Barcelona.
Mm-hmm.
More of a shame that he didn't get to do that with Messi, but that's a
Yeah.
different
Imagine that.
conversation for a different league.
Mad. Yeah.
But Aguero, yeah, man, he is definitely up there as one of those guys. I think pretty much like a Van Persie as well, man. If Van Persie wasn't so injury
Mm-hmm.
prone, his numbers would have been crazy as well. And I just feel like his injuries kind of robbed him of that solidifying his numbers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
we know in terms of like the eye and the numbers that he's racked up, right? For his career at the Premier League, but I just feel like he could have got more.
100%.
If it wasn't for the injuries. But yeah, man, shout out Aguero. But like, just obviously conscious about time.
Yeah.
Let's go into drum roll.
Mm.
Top 11 so far this season. So we've mentioned quite a number of players, and this is just going to be off the cup because I'm not prepared anything.
Nah, neither have I.
You know what I mean? I just kind of just last minute just said we're going to do a top 11 so far. I know that the season's not over yet, but from what we've seen so far, where do you want to start with this top 11? Do you want to do, are we doing a combined? Are we doing one each?
We gotta do a combined, man. Let's do a combined.
Good.
We gotta come to an agreement. And if anyone's watching, leave your comments as well, man.
Please do. All right. So we're gonna start off as we do traditionally at the back with the goalkeeper.
GK.
Who are you going with? So, or do you want to? Actually, we'll do a manager at the end.
Yeah, we'll do a manager
bonus.
at the end.
We'll do a bonus bit. So goalkeeper.
If we're based, what are we doing from the whole of 2021? So the end of last season and this season, basically, yeah.
So basically, the start this season.
Just started this season, yeah.
Started this season.
Cool.
So
if we're talking about goalkeepers so far in the goalkeeper ranking, then it's got to be Ramsdale this season. Like if we're talking about GKs, I'm going Ramsdale.
Let's go with it, man.
Yeah, this season I'm going Ramsdale.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I agree as well. I agree. And if to give my reasoning behind it is just because it wasn't expected. He was very much disrespected from rival fans and Arsenal fans alike. But he's come and showed everybody that if you put your mind to it, if you just focus, if you put yourself in a position where you're not listening to what people are saying, if you're confident in your own ability, and you are a man that is really down for what you need to do, then you can make it. And that goes for anything that you want to do in life, innit? If you're really assured of yourself and you'd be like, no, I know what I'm made of. I know what I'm capable of. And he's come to Arsenal and it could have been a tall ask for him, but he's come in and he's submerged himself in a team. He's actually embodied that kind of leadership role as well. As you can see on the pitch, he's shouting at the goalkeeper, the defense, he's shouting at the team. He's embodied himself and he's really endeared himself with the fans. Arteta did say that there was a disconnect between the fan base
100%.
and the players, especially after all the stuff with Saka and stuff like that. And I've loved the way he's come into Arsenal and he's done his thing, but not just in the Arsenal grand scheme of things, But in terms of just the play himself, you've seen
Mhm.
how his ability. He didn't
Mhm.
get voted Sheffield United player 2 seasons in a row for nothing.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
think
yeah.
that's kind of stuff
And
where
at
you have to
Bournemouth as
see
well.
at
At
Bournemouth
Bournemouth
as
as
well.
well.
So even though
Mhm.
it was a relegated period, relegation period for him, a young goalkeeper as well, man. What is he? 23, I
23.
believe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
23.
all of that he experienced, we're talking about the relegation stuff, is at
Mm.
the formative years of a goalkeeper. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, let alone you're talking about a 35-year-old goalkeeper that's been in like 3 relegation battles. This guy's had to experience, the lows of the lows early
Mhm.
on, but it's
Mhm.
made him the keeper that he is now. So for that reason there, I put him up there as well into the
Yeah, he's
team.
got to be there, man. He's got
Yeah.
to be there. And especially if we're talking about a goalkeeper, having an impact. He's definitely had an impact on Arsenal.
Mm,
The likes of Alisson, Edison, yeah, they're up there. But there's times where Edison's not called upon. Do you know what I mean?
mm,
Like, and there is times where as a goalkeeper, you have to stay alert. And Edison does come out with some good things, but majority of the times, a lot of teams that play against the Liverpools and the Man Cities, they're not going to have much shots on goal, are they? So
mm,
for the
mm.
likes of Ramsdale to be on point, and you know what? Mendy will be up there as well. I've got to give out a shout to Mendy.
Yeah, 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 yeah. He
Mendy would
definitely,
be up there. He would be
definitely,
up there because
definitely.
he's had a great season so far, and yeah,
Yeah.
he's made a couple mistakes in the last couple of games and that. But
Mendy's cold as well.
again, great keeper. But
Yeah.
it might be a bit of bias, but I'm going for
Eh,
Ramsdale.
I agree. I
I'm
agree.
going. I'm going for Ramsdale.
Mendy, but yeah, I'll choose Ramsdale. I think more just for his backstory. I'll pick him
Mm,
along with the talent and the ability. Left back. We're going with four at the back.
yeah, you got
Yeah,
what we're going
just
4-3-3.
yeah, just keep it,
Yeah,
the,
simple.
the new tradition, the new
Um,
simple
the no,
formation.
trust me. It's got to be Cancelo, innit?
Yeah,
It's got to be Cancelo.
yeah.
Like he's his numbers are ridiculous. The way he's playing, and even the other game he came back from, I think it was suspension against Newcastle, and the guy just banged it top corner.
Modern day, bro.
Do you know what I
He's just
mean?
modern
So
day
he's coming
class.
in as a centre midfielder, and yeah, like you said, modern day fullbacks where it's not
Mm,
back in the days. Very
just
similar to like Lam, to be honest with you, the way Pep is using him, where he's used
mm,
him as a coming in as a inverted fullback, as
inverted
they say
fullback.
now. You would have thought that inverted fullback.
Inverted fullback.
Yeah, yeah.
Crazy.
So what about you?
Right. I not just to sound like I'm copying, but it has to be Cancelo as
Yeah,
well, man. I just
Cancelo.
feel like in terms of the ability and how you get players, especially in the Premier League, that will show you that they're changing the game.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
That's what you got to look at, not just like traditionally or whatever. He's actually showing that he's changing the game. So I will go with Cancelo as well.
Cool.
Right hand side.
What are we saying? I'll give it
I-
to you then.
I'm torn
Scott,
between. I'm
go on.
torn between James
James, okay.
and Trent. I think all rounder is James.
Mm,
Trent is just going to give you that extra
mm-hmm,
what you need. So it
mm-hmm,
depends on what you're looking for in terms of your fullback.
mm-hmm,
Because defensively James is more sound, I will
mm,
put James there.
yeah.
But I'm also an attacking man. I love to see my teams attacking. I like to see my fullbacks doing bits as
Mm,
well. He's gonna be offering screamers, as you
mm-hmm.
saw, like Trent is doing. But I will go with James.
That's you know what I'm torn between both. I would have personally gone for Trent, but after hearing that, you can't. James has been up there this season as well so far. But Trent, bro, this guy is just he's different class, man. Like Trent is different.
Do you know what it is? I just feel like you see James here, you can't move him off the ball. He's
Mm,
a unit.
mm,
He's tough. He
mm,
can get up and down. He can offer you the goals as well. Obviously, we've seen it. He's got 5 assists so far this
mm,
season as well. Maybe not the same goal output as Trent, but I
mm,
just feel like defensively, he will be more disciplined than Trent in my team.
mm.
Um,
But are we going? Are we going? Are we trying to make the perfect one, or is it based on form?
no, that's just okay. Based on
Okay,
form,
cool.
are we saying based on form?
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what we're
Ah,
doing based on form. Like, if we're talking about form,
Yeah, maybe Trent will then.
Because, like you
Oh,
said,
it's a
all
tough.
round. All right, cool. We'll go with James. We'll go with James.
No, 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 no,
I'm
no.
not. No, I'm not thinking. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at
Do
it.
you know why? Because I'm looking at the assist output as well, bro. It's no
He's got
joke.
9, bro. He's got
He's
9.
got
He's
eight,
moving
eight.
like a. He's
He's
got
eight,
8.
but one,
Sorry,
one behind.
one behind Salah, innit?
Yeah.
It's
Do you
not a
know what?
joke, bro.
I would sacrifice just a little bit of defensive discipline just to get the output.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll go with Trent.
All right, cool.
We'll
Trent.
go with Trent. So Trent's on the right.
Trent on the right. 2
Cancelo,
CBs.
2 CBs. Oh man,
It's got to be Rudiger. Rudiger's got to be in there.
you're putting Rudy in there.
Rudy's been serious, bro. He's not a joke. Rudiger is not a joke, bro. Like he's for me at the moment, he's probably the best centre back in the world at the moment. Like he's not a joke. Rudiger is
Okay.
he's there. He's there. Rudiger, and then it's got to be either Diaz or Van Dijk, even though Van Dijk's been injured a little bit. But yeah, if we're talking about centre backs, I have to say, cool. What, one each?
I was gonna say Diaz.
Yeah, cool.
I don't think I'll put Van Dijk. And this is just a little bit based on injury coming back. I don't think he's been the same Van Dijk, which is crazy because he's still a unit. He's still doing what he needs to do. But I think at his level, he's just not reaching that at the moment. So I'll put Diaz. Rudiger, I'm just trying to think.
Bro, check out Rudiger, yeah. He's been immense this season, bro. Like for Chelsea.
Do you know what? Yeah, there's one thing I'll say about Rudiger. Yeah, he's been a man possessed, bro. You see
he
him
loves
in the box.
defending, bro.
He loves defending. Pump, yeah. Rudiger. I'll give Rudiger.
So we going Rudiger, Diaz, yeah,
and Diaz, yeah, Rudiger and Diaz. So far we've got Ramsdale in goal. Left hand side we've got Cancelo. Right hand side we've got Trent. We've got Diaz and we've got Rudiger. A part of me was gonna say Gabriel a little bit, but
nah, bro, no, don't get gas now. Nah.
I just like the way he defends, but nah, you're right.
Yeah. Rudiger is, bro.
Yeah, no, Rudiger.
Yeah, nah, we gotta give the man props. The Gabriel's like honorable shout out to Gabriel. He's done well in that. But nah, Rudiger, bro. This guy is different class.
Could be getting a move to Real Madrid if
I could see that happening.
well.
I could see that happening.
I'm surprised that Chelsea are not looking to hold him down and give him the peas that he wants. But hey, Chelsea do things the Chelsea way.
Trust me.
So we're going 3. So the next 3 in midfield. Who are we starting with first? Left hand side.
Left hand. I'm going Bernardo, bro.
Bro, same.
Bernardo. Like Bernardo's been a joke.
You see Bernardo, yeah? He's in his bag. That's what I like to say. You know, when you actually start feeling like you are the man, this is how he's playing. Because, you know, Silva was there. He was the man. You got KDB. He's the man. You know how he plays. And when I say that, you know, you're the man, you have something about you. There's a body language. There's a bit of like air of confidence that you carry. I can see that with Bernardo Silva right now.
100%.
Like, Pep has told him, like, bro, you can carry this team when you want. It's just on you now. Like, I'm leaving you to do what you need to do. And I feel like he's literally felt like, you know what? It's my time. It's my time.
100%.
Now. Yeah.
100%. 100%.
So I definitely agree with Bernardo Silva right there.
I'm going Bernardo. Center?
Center.
Jorginho for me, bro.
Yeah.
Jorginho's been cold as well. Like since last season, he carried it onto the Euros.
Yeah.
He's come in this season and he's just bossed it in the middle of the park. Like coming in with the penalties again. Like the guy is not a joke, bro. Like Jorginho is serious stuff. Like good player.
Do you know who I wanted to put in there? Would have been my choice, but I think Jorginho will trump him. Rice, man.
Yeah, I can't argue that. He's definitely been up there. He's definitely been up there.
And the reason why I say Rice is because I just look at the way West Ham have been playing, and I've just seen how integral he's been for that team. Like this is West Ham, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Is then, you know, they in somewhat way shouldn't be up there, but when Rice is playing, you can see that he's
Mm.
commanding. He's dealing with
Mm.
certain midfields on a consistent basis.
Mm-hmm.
But Jorginho, as you said, obviously back off the Euros into this new season. He's somewhat kind of a talisman for them as well.
Yeah, he's the
He's
outlet for
he's
Chelsea.
I call him Penginho now
Jeez,
because
yeah.
you know what I
He's
mean.
taking over Fernandez. He's
Yeah,
taking over
Penandez is
Bruno.
definitely taking over Bruno's, and he needs to get the
Yeah.
same type of banter as well because
Mm.
Fernandez was getting it as well. So,
But
all right,
bro,
cool.
just a quick one on Jorginho. A lot of teams that come up against Chelsea, they try and block off Jorginho. Like that's their outlet when they try and play out from the back. Jorginho is the link player between the defense and the attack. Like we've seen it. Like we tried to
Mm.
lock him off when we played against Chelsea. United tried to do the same thing, but the guy is a very, very good footballer. But saying that, I guess we can put them both in there. Maybe Jorginho holding Rice doing the box to box. Maybe I don't know.
Boy, then what about the right hand side? We said free.
Yeah,
unless you
yeah.
unless you want to do old school 4-4-2.
Nah, nah.
All
So
right,
who's
so we
who's
got
that third midfielder then
on the left hand side.
on the right hand side?
So what did we do? We
So
said
we put
left,
Bernardo on the left.
left.
Or you can put Bernardo on the right. Either way, which it doesn't really
Okay.
matter. Either
So
way,
we're looking for the third midfielder.
third midfielder. So
Uh
we got a holding. We got what do you
we
want to
got
call
hold on.
Bernardo?
We got MJ
Ah,
here.
yeah. No.
Rodri has been
No.
bossing the
Hey,
league.
yeah. Man like MJ, yeah. Do you
Yes.
know what? Rodri, he's got to be in there. He's got to be in the conversation. He has to be in the conversation. He has to be in. Rodri has to be
Who you
in the
taking out?
conversation.
You gotta take someone out, man. We'll allow
Bro, but Jorginho's been serious as well, man. He's carried it on, like, do you know what I mean? But
I would
you
actually
know,
put Rodri, you know.
yeah, cool. We'll go with Rodri.
Yeah.
We'll go with Rodri.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it.
Shout out MJ for that one.
I'm
Appreciate
not.
that.
So what are we saying,
Not
MJ? What are we saying? The third midfielder. Who's that got to be? For me,
yeah.
I don't know, man. Who's gonna be that third midfielder?
So far, if we're talking about so far,
So far, yeah.
I'm putting Emil Smith Rowe. No, real talk. He's output, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one can tell me anything. That's just
Smith
my
Rowe,
choice.
yeah.
Bro, 8 goals.
Mm.
Yeah.
But 3 of them have come off the bench this season right now.
There's man that are coming off the bench and they're not doing anything.
Mm.
There's the likes of your look.
What is it? What are we?
Typical Arsenal fan. Bro, tell me anybody else. Like it's this is what I hate, because when you mention Arsenal players, all of a sudden it's just like, oh, why can't you mention them? Bro, tell me, you got like your Sanchos who came to the league and was meant to be doing bits or whatnot, and he's not coming off the bench and doing stuff. You know what I mean?
100%. I agree with you.
You know what I mean?
What about Mount? Mount's got to be in a conversation, though, man.
Yeah, Mount could be in a conversation. Yeah, we're giving players, in it. We're suggesting players.
Yeah, Mount. Could...
Mount.
What am Conor Gallagher, bro. Slap him in there in that third midfielder, bro.
Bro,
What,
there's Conor Gallagher. Boy, then people you can call out. Where would you put Foden? Is he a forward?
He's in the forward. Yeah, he's in the
forward.
forward.
Okay,
forward.
so
Yeah, he's in the forward conversation.
So in the forward conversation, bro, I would say Emil Smith Rowe. I can say Saka.
But he's not. But they're not playing in the midfield, though, innit? They're playing in a forward like role. Do you know what I mean? Smith Rowe's been playing off the left. Like he hasn't really played.
Yeah.
There's been games he's played in midfield, I guess. But if we look at him, like I wouldn't put him in midfield like that. I put him out wide, or
in a forward role.
10.
Okay, fair enough.
Do you know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Like,
so who would be
I don't know. I'm going Gallagher. In terms of form, if we're talking about form, I'm going Gallagher.
So far this season?
Yeah, this season I'm going.
Not Mount?
I don't know, man. Nah, I'm gonna go Gallagher. What are you saying? You're going Mount?
If we're going midfield, and if I've taken ESR out, I would have to go Mount.
All right, cool. We'll go Mount then. We'll go
I
Mount.
would have to go Mount because it just Mount just Gallagher as well. But yeah, Mount. I'll go Mount.
Mount, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
All
So
right.
we got what? We got
Top
Rodri, Bernardo, and Mount, yeah.
Mount.
This is
Decent.
becoming a Chelsea and City team and a Liverpool team. Do you know what I'm saying? That's why I was trying to break it up a little bit, give these man a little chance. You know what I mean? But yeah, go on.
Forward.
Forwards on the
He's
right
been
hand side, it's got to be Salah. There's no question about it.
yeah, Mo Salah.
Yeah, easy one.
There's no debate in that one. Left hand side.
There's a few in the conversation. There's a few we can talk about. We could talk about Son. He's been up there. Son's been up there in terms of player. Jeez, what are we saying? I favour Gallagher. Do you know what? That's what. Look, I'm with MJ. You know, Matt
Marcus
has
Guest.
missed a lot of games.
Man, like Marcus, what's happening, man? Hey, when you want to throw it to the peeps that are watching,
We got to throw it to the peeps, man.
all right, cool. So we've taken out who have we taken out? Mount,
Mount for
and we
Gallagher.
put Gallagher. All
He's
right,
got to be
cool.
up there, man. He's been
He's
there,
in.
like he said, integral for Palace, man.
He's in the mix. He's in the mix. Forward, we said right hand side. We said Salah. Left
Without a
hand
doubt.
side.
There's names there. There's Jota. There's Bowen, as we said earlier on.
Bro,
Who else? There's you're saying your boy Smith
ESR.
Rowe. I don't want to be that Arsenal,
bro.
I don't want to be that Arsenal guy like that,
bro. ESR. We're talking about form.
Yeah.
We're talking about so far this season, innit? You
Mm,
know, from August to December 2021 Premier League season.
mm,
The player that's been very consistent. He's got
yeah.
8 goals. He's got like 4 assists or so. Bro,
All right, cool. I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna say no, bro. Innit? He's an Arsenal boy, so I'm going for him. But if I'd say definitely like honorable shout out to like Son. Try and look at some name. Bowen, he's been up there. Who else? Ben Rama started good. Obviously, he kind of died off a little bit.
yeah, he's dipped. He's dipped.
Obviously Foden, he's been hot and cold. Sterling's been hot and cold as well this season. But yeah,
bro.
all right, cool. We're going to go for ESR then, isn't it? We're going for ESR.
And then at the top, who we going for? Who's been
strikers
standout?
have been shocking this season, to be honest.
There hasn't
really been a
standout guy.
Obviously, shout out to Antonio. He started off well at the beginning, but he's kind of died down. Dennis, like you said, he's done well. Vard, bro, we gotta give shout, even though Vardy's been injured, but just a shout out, like he's getting on and he's still in the conversation of double figures this season already. Who else is there, bro?
Do you know who I'll give that the spot?
Who's that?
So if we're talking about like in terms of just the start of the season, and I know that he's kind of died off a little bit, but Mikel Antonio, bro.
Yeah.
I can't really, you know what I mean? Obviously, your Lukaku's are there, your Ronaldo's, obviously, yeah, but I just feel like in terms of form.
What about Jota? He's been playing in that role.
Has he been as impactful, do you reckon?
He's bagged goals this season.
How many goals would you say he's got?
He's got 10. He's behind Salah.
Yeah.
He's behind Salah. So there's a conversation, but I'm not mad at Antonio. I'm not mad. Yeah, he has kind of dipped in form as of late.
But you can't, there's no...
But as in, yeah, I remember the first game I went to go and watch West Ham and Leicester, and he moved to them, yeah? Like, so, yeah. Do you know what? I agree with you. I'm going for Antonio, man, because the forwards this season have been meaty, man. There's been no... Like, there's no forward that's kind of...
There's no standout, but I've just been impressed with Mikel Antonio. Maybe it's expected for someone like Jota, because he's always in and around the goals. Not to take that away from him, but I just feel Mikel Antonio, man, he's done bits.
I'm with you, bro. Antonio.
So what's the team? What's the team? So you're
gonna have to put this up on your Insta, yeah. We're gonna have to put up this and then let the people decide.
It's a combined 11 with contribution from the crowd as well. Guys that have been watching, shout you out, appreciate it. So in goal, Ramsdale.
Mm-hmm.
On the left hand side, we've gone with Cancelo.
Cancelo.
Right hand side, we've gone with, this is obviously
Trent.
fullbacks. We've gone with Trent. Defensive partnership pairing. It is Rudy,
Rudiger.
big Rudiger, and who did we say?
Diaz.
Diaz. Then we've gone. Did we say Rodri or did we
Yeah,
say
we went.
Jorginho?
Nah, we went with Rodri.
We went with Rodri, and
Mm-hmm.
then we also gone with Gallagher
Bernardo and
and
Gallagher.
Bernardo Silva. And then the forward line is ESR, Emil
Mm-hmm.
Smith Rowe, which seems a bit controversial, but yes, he's made it. Up top is Mikel Antonio and also Mohamed Salah. So that is
It's a
the
decent team.
combined. It's a decent team.
Mm.
Yeah, we know that everybody's going to have their own opinions, and this is what we love to see and love to hear from you guys. So make sure that you jump on the socials, whether it be on Instagram or Twitter, which is a dash of sports. Make sure you jump on there, and the combined 11 will be there between myself, Gerald, and our combined 11 will be up there. Man, that's crazy. Just
Yeah.
quickly before we end, because
With
we've
yeah.
done we've done it. We've done bits today. What's your prediction for 2022 in terms of the season? So let's start with, because I want to go through who would win the league,
Mm.
who would end top goal scorer, assist, and clean sheet goalkeepers. So
Um.
who's going to win the league, and also
s-
the top four as well.
Win the league. I think City. I think they're gonna. Like we said, they're not even in full fifth gear right now. They're just
Mhm.
strolling through teams. Win the league. City. Top goal scorer. Mohamed Salah. Um. Assist. Assist. That's going to be a tough one. Obviously, Salah's top of the tree, but I see Trent doing it, man.
Okay.
Trent's just Trent doing that. What was the other one? Clean sheet,
Yeah, goalkeeper, Golden Glove.
Golden Glove. Going for the boy Ramsdale, innit? I'm going for the boy Ramsdale.
Ramsdale.
Um,
And your top four?
Top four: City, Chelsea.
Mm.
I think Liverpool might. Don't know, man. Klopp's been moaning a lot lately. He's been moaning a lot lately, man. Like, um, I just think if Liverpool lose 1, 2 players throughout the season, I think they'll be in trouble, man.
Yeah.
Chelsea's got a squad depth there that they can just bring in players. So I'm gonna go Chelsea. Third Liverpool,
Mm-hmm.
and that last decisive spot. Obviously, my heart is saying Arsenal, innit? But
We want it to be, but
I don't know, man. That's a tough one. That is an open spot for Man United, us, Tottenham. Throw West Ham in that mix as well.
mm.
I'm gonna go for it, man. We're gonna get top four, bro. I'm going
Oh,
for it, man.
nice. Here we
I'm
go.
going for
Like
it, bro.
that.
I'm
Like
going. I'm
that.
going for it,
Pull
bro.
it
I'm
out there
going
in the
for it.
universe.
Yeah, we're putting it out there, man. Top four, man. I know I'm gonna get grilled, but yeah, top four
So top
Arsenal.
four, obviously, champions. Man City, you went for Chelsea second,
hmm
Liverpool third, and
hmm
then that open fourth place.
That's an
You've gone
open
for
invite
Arsenal.
there.
It's an open invite, definitely,
Mm.
definitely. But if no one's securing that third spot as well, boy, they don't hold on to that. It's a possibility, but not just say Arsenal, whatever. But I'm the likes of your Man Uniteds and the
Yeah, yeah.
likes of Tottenham who have Conte as well. If you're just thinking to yourself that you've got third place secured, you got to work hard for it. I think
Mm.
third is going to have to work hard for that spot as well. Um, yeah, I think that's
Was that it?
pretty much it
What's
in
your
terms of
prediction, bro?
yeah. Man City to win. I was
hmm
gonna say Liverpool second,
hmm
Chelsea third, and fourth, just like yourself, open. Um, come on, Arsenal, man, please. I just feel like if we can get that fourth position, it's just change everything about us. But it's gonna be tough, man, because
yeah, yeah,
I can see Tottenham making a late charge
yeah,
for
yeah,
that
yeah,
position. I think
yeah.
that Conte's got the players believing now. But as long as Arsenal can obviously just get the points on the board and just push on, then we're in the talk, we're in the mix for that. Do you know what? What about relegation? Who do you reckon's gonna
Oh,
go down?
relegation. Norwich, Norwich, and Norwich. No, I'm joking. No, no. I'm going Norwich. I'm unfortunately gonna have to say Watford, as much as I've got love for Watford. But I think they're gonna go down, and I think Burnley, they're gonna go down.
My one's Norwich, Watford, Newcastle.
Newcastle, bro, they're going hard in January, bro. Trust me, they're gonna bring out that checkbook and they're gonna get in some players. There's no way they're getting relegated.
I don't think they got it, man. You see,
You don't
the
think
reason
so?
why I said that, bro. You see the intensity that they played against Man United, and the players falling over and breaking down.
Crumbled,
They ain't
innit?
got that, bro.
They crumbled.
The players don't have the fitness for that type of intense foot, and the games are going to be coming thick and fast. Pause. Also, everybody is going to be looking at Newcastle and being like, you lot, this ain't like a Newcastle where you can hide and be obscured and no one. Now that you're a rich invested Newcastle, teams are going to be coming at you like, we want to beat you, like we want to show
100%.
you, like, so teams are going to be at Newcastle, and Newcastle are going to be having to battle every game. So I don't know, man.
I think they're going to sign players, bro, man. I think they're going to sign players. And I think, obviously, if the agents are smart and players are smart, whatever, they'll probably add clauses to the contract and say if there is a relegation,
100%.
then, there's a release clause. But I think they're going to be all right, man. I think they're going to add players. I think they're going to survive, man. I think Burnley's done what they could in it. Like, Sean Dyche has had that team for years.
Man, like Triple H.
Like, he's had that. He's had that team for years. He's worked miracles. He's had about £5 budget every summer. Like, do you know what I'm saying? He hasn't had much to spend in it on the summer. So he's been on a shoestring budget. To be fair, and he's done all right. So, but I think it's time for them to go. And I don't know, man. I don't really like Burnley like that. Like all that traveling up to Burnley as well. Like, yeah, it's long. But yeah, I think that's gonna be the relegation battle, man.
Cool, bro. We've put in a real
shift.
And yeah, bro. But it hasn't felt like anything but just proper conversations. And yeah, man, much appreciated. And what I will say, man, I appreciate you, my bro. Obviously, ever since we've started doing this, it's been a really, really good collaboration. And man, I wish you all the best for the upcoming year. I know there's plenty of more stuff coming on your side. And obviously here on the Dash of Sports, whether it be the Premier League show or just the trending stories show and stuff like that, man, there's more to come over this side. So I just want to just give 100%. You a big shout out and just say thank you so much, man. Appreciate you each and every time, whether it be on the camera or off the camera. You know how we have our conversations, we have our chats, man. Much wisdom over your side, man. And guys, man, please go and check out Coach Gerald.Lammy. Yeah, on the socials, go and check out his stuff. He's got some some really good interviews. I see that you put out your top 5 most viewed shows that you've had out there, and I'm sure, man, with the next shows that you put out, it's gonna even just blow the roof off them shows man. That you got out there, man. So much appreciated. And yeah, man, New Year's, what are you up to?
Bro, it's going to be a quiet one, we was planning to do a little getaway, but with this Omarion variant at the moment, it's dancing everywhere. It's doing a lot. And yeah, all jokes aside, obviously it's a serious matter at the moment, but it's going to be a quiet one with the family again. Just using this time to spend as much time with the family before the new year kicks off. And like you said, there's a lot more things coming in terms of content and obviously life in general anyway. So we can't forget about that people don't see, everyone's got lives as well. But before all of that, bro, I want to say, like, it's been it's not the end anyway. We're saying that it's
Nah,
the
nah,
end,
no,
but
but
in terms of
2021.
2021, like look at that. Even now, like we're giving a 2 hour segment, like
Yeah,
last show of the year, and just want to big you up with everything that you've been doing, bro. Like the grind and getting me onto the show and for us connecting and you know what I mean. Just like you said, sometimes we're chatting on and off air, and it doesn't feel like we're talking for hours or whatever. So, and the work that you're putting in, like guys, make sure you're checking out Dash of Sports. Like I said earlier on, I'm getting my news from a Dash of Sports. I'm not going Sky Sports News no more. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going Talk Sport. I'm getting it from a Dash of Sports because, yeah, man, support your own as well. And not even just that, it's good content as well. Do you know what I mean? So I'm sure 2022, we're gonna up the ante and bring more content. Like you said, you got more things coming as well, and I'm sure there's many ways that we can collaborate together, man, and keep pushing, bro. And like that same thing, wish you all the best. I know 2022 is gonna be a successful year for yourself and the channel, man, as well. So big up yourself, bro.
appreciate it, my bro. I appreciate it. And yeah, man, we just end on a high like that for everybody that's been watching or that will end up watching. Yeah, man, appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. For
More
yeah,
lives,
yeah,
bro.
we're gonna be that's gonna
Yeah.
be the new way for the show.
Mm-hmm.
More lives, just obviously chopping it up and just having organic conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, for just guys that are just watching, once again, go and check out the socials, A Dash of Sports. That's where I give you all the the trending stories and all the hot topics. Go and check out Coach Gerald Lammy for all of the interviews and live match day vlogs. It gives you good live feedback and experiences of going to a match. So go and check that out. And yeah, we're accessible. We can chat. Don't be shy to come and chat to us. Just come and just flag us down, man, and we'll chat back. But with that being said, I hope everybody has a brilliant evening tonight, whatever you're
Mm-hmm.
doing. If you're with loved ones or you're just out there, man, just be safe, keep safe, and see in the new year. 2022 is yours. Whatever you want to achieve, whatever you want to accomplish, you can do it, man. If you've got a dream, just go for it as best as you can, man. And if you need help, just shout at somebody, shout at
Mm-hmm.
us. If you need any information or anything like that, man, we'll be here to help, man. But with that being said, I wish everybody a happy new year. And yeah, man, we'll catch you on the other side. Peace.
Peace.